And then my dad playing the crooners, which I loved and grew up on. So I'm a fan of all of that because I grew up listening to it, even though it was kind of past my era where I wasn't living in the 40s or 50s where Sinatra was a huge hit. But still playing his music, I got to hear that and enjoyed it and became a fan of it. But it was not in my era, so to say. So you just have to listen to things, and then you know whether you like something or not.
Hello, it's me, Tom Schmidt. I'm happy to tell you about Salt and Smoke and all the...
I'm going to let you finish, Tom, but first, why don't you take a break, okay? You've been doing this for 57 years. Have you had time to think about that? Waffle cones, World's Fair? No. Lean brisket, popovers, Cracker Mac, whiskeys, bourbons, custom cocktails, maybe even wings trashed. I don't know. But that doesn't matter if you don't accept my love, Tom. Will you accept my love? Will you kiss me?
Salt and Smoke.
Oh, and Iggy should quit.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Ready to step your game up to the next level? 5P Academy is the place for any high-level 8 to 18-year-old football player. Based in O'Fallon, Missouri, we have national travel, 7-on-7, and flag football teams with professional coaches. Pre-registration for our 2025 season tryouts in November is open now. Come be a part of the championship-winning 5P family. For more details, email info@5pacademy.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
Billiken Nation, this is your head coach, Josh Schertz. We want everyone to know SLU is for the Lou, so get your full season tickets now for as low as $125 or experience the excitement up close with 100-level seats for $540 by visiting slubillikens.com today. The 24-25 home schedule is a competitive one, with many teams picking at the top of their respective leagues. Pack Chaffetz Arena to show the nation SLU is for the Lou. Buy your tickets now by visiting slubillikens.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with Seth Goldcamp of Design Air Heating and Cooling, and I have been a long-time Design Air client. What separates you guys from everybody else?
It's becoming more common for companies to just get their foot in the door. They try to come up with different ways to upsell. They try to see how much they can make off of a customer as opposed to, hey, we're in there to do a service. We're going to do it well. We're going to do it for a fair price.
I don't know how many emails I have received from our listeners who experience the incredible customer service Design Air Heating and Cooling provides. It's Design Air Heating and Cooling, online at designairservice.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have two questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hannon with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC-registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and does not provide tax advice.
Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's Private Exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With Private Exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass Private Exclusives, because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent today to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
This is wide receiver Luther Burton III. Come support NIL and get a quote from my friend James Carlton.
Thanks, Luther. That's right. For every quote you mention, Luther Burton III will make a donation to NIL on your behalf. Getting a quote is easy. Just go online at carltoninsurance.net. Call or text 314-961-4800. If you have drivers under the age of 25, if you're seeing rising rates, give us a call or text us 314-961-4800 or go online at carltoninsurance.net. Let's keep the momentum going.
Hi, this is Chris Pondoff from Illinois Recovery Center. As someone who battled alcoholism and addiction for 20 plus years, I understand the dark places you can find yourself stuck in. Alcoholism and substance abuse takes a heavy toll on your body and your mind, but you can overcome it. Start your journey to recovery at the Illinois Recovery Center, a rehab treatment center that provides comprehensive and customized rehabilitation addiction treatment. If you or a loved one are struggling with addiction, please know that there is hope. Visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com today.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at biggiesrestaurant.com and stop in today.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day. Rise and shine, St. Louis. It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After on KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. At the Morning After STL on YouTube and on TMASTL.com with Tim McKernan, Doug Vaughn, Iggy Strode, and Action Jackson.
7:07 in St. Louis. You're listening to TMA. Oh, I got it, Doug. There's a buzz.
I just spilled my orange.
Doug has destroyed the studio.
Yeah.
Nice job, Jackson.
Brother, I'm not going to be much good to you today. I can see that right now.
Oh my God! Doug has destroyed the audio. Doug has destroyed the studio. And here I am, ready to talk about a Blues comeback and get Jackson's perspective. But
in the third period.
This is crazy. This is crazy. This is
Your
crazy.
mic's not on because it sounds like that.
Really?
Oh God! So we're really effed.
Well, I'm going to unplug it and plug it back in. No, hold on.
You got orange juice in the socket, Doug.
Is it? I think it's this.
Vicky, you want to talk about hedonism or anything?
Well, I remember the time I spilled coffee in the board.
I do.
That was like the second day we were here in the new studio.
I think we were relatively amused by it, and I got the sense of how different the operation was, i.e. professional, by how I could tell they weren't amused by it.
I wasn't either. I thought, oh my God, we're here 2 days, and I think I just screwed the board.
Screw the board.
I was lifting that thing up. Coffee was under there.
To give you some behind the scenes of what took place here on TMA, which is presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Doug was in the middle of, kind of in the pre-show meeting, condemning Drew Bannister and calling for his head based on the team's performance.
Get him ready to play, Drew.
Nice.
That second period was not acceptable.
Nice.
This is the second game of the season, and I expect more out of you.
Nice.
And that's what made me upset.
And in the midst of pumping his fist, did Jackson just do a key bump? There it was. You see it again?
God.
Just a little bump. The Doug knocked over his. You had a screwdriver. It looked like an orange juice came out. Drinking a little screwdriver to set the. It's a Friday, and all of a sudden it's like Kathy Lee's back on the Today Show, and they're just drinking on set. But that's what was going on. And then he knocked it over in the middle of that Bannister take in the pre-show meeting. And we'll see if Doug's mic works.
Hello, London. Mayday, mayday. Come in, London. Mayday, mayday. I could not be any sorrier.
We're good.
What would we do without Jackson?
What would we do without Jackson?
I just took a paper towel and blew on it, like a cartridge.
Yeah, but I mean, think about that. What would we do without it?
I'm sure you guys could have figured that out.
I wouldn't have known to do that.
I was blowing on it like an N64 cartridge.
How about this? Jake Reynolds isn't distracted. Morning, boys. Have a great, safe holiday weekend.
Well, that's nice. It's not off to a very good start, I'll tell you that.
Is it a holiday weekend? Am I on Doug's screwdrivers?
It's Yom Kippur tomorrow, but
I
don't think most people will be celebrating.
Columbus
Not
Day,
right.
Monday.
Holiday is celebrated.
Oh, I call that Indigenous Peoples Day.
Do we get
so
off?
if you could, maybe apologize to me.
Do we get off for Columbus?
No.
I don't think so.
Yeah.
Illinois schools always would get off for Columbus Day, but not
Really?
Missouri. Yeah.
My celebrating guy.
He landed in Illinois, so I think that's the reason. Text in with your thoughts on
what is Indigenous Peoples Day, 636-900-4TMA, Collier and Thompson phone lines. You can text in 314-881-TMA, 5 Schaefer Door Company, text inbox, email in the morning after at InsideSTL.com. It is Friday, October 11th, 2024, and there is so much to get to with what took place last night in San Jose. Do you know the way to San Jose? Dionne Warwick, 19, what do you think? I don't know if it's before 82, I don't know.
I'm just drowning in orange juice over here.
There's a nice citrusy smell to this.
Yeah, it's actually fragrant. It freshened it up, and Doug, I want to be transparent with the audience. I was in a haze created by pills and sexual deviance.
Really?
And so did not even consider staying up for the game. I sometimes don't even do it at the playoffs. Yeah. And then I wake up in the morning and take a look at my phone right away, first thing, and I catch out of the corner of my eye on the YouTube highlights, Blues win in overtime. And I'm happy they won, but I'm a hornet because now I know the outcome.
Spoiled.
Yeah. Spoiled. Okay. So then when I see they're down 4-1 in the third period as I'm watching these highlights, I think to myself, maybe the YouTube graphics person may have messed up because there's no way this club is coming back to win this game. And then, oh my, Braden Shen in overtime. How do you do?
Well, I'm fine. I tried to watch it. I got home late because I live a fast and loose lifestyle.
Hanging out with a bunch of guys watching 70-year-old professionals?
Yeah, something like that. And I got home late, and I thought, hey, I can watch the Blues game. And I turned on Valley Sports, wasn't there. Then I got on my phone and said, watch the Blues. I turned, watch the Blues. That didn't work. I forget about it.
So you're not paying your bills.
After the second period, that Bannister put him through, and then I can't watch the game with one click of the button. I'm done. And then I woke up this morning and said, I wonder how bad it was. No, it wasn't bad at all. 5-4 Blues.
How do you do?
So it's been a rough 12 hours or so, Tim.
So there's a chance you're still intoxicated from this wrestling event you were at last night, and that's what caused you to knock over your screwdriver. Hair of the dog.
Buff Bagwell was there.
Marcus Buff Bagwell.
Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Is he related to Hulk Hogan? I remember when I was a tyke, I heard that they were related.
I didn't ask that question.
I think Hulk gave him his start down in Florida. At least I caught a little bit of Larry Nichols' interviews with all three of them. But
where was Larry Nichols' interview?
He was there earlier. Oh,
on YouTube.
I know where he puts it up.
Yeah, he asked, first question was, how'd you get started? And Tito Santana went for about 45 seconds, and Beefcake went for about 8 minutes.
Oh, sounds like you're not happy with the interview.
No, they were very nice guys.
Well, hold on a second. He's not happy with the interview.
Oh, okay.
Well, I mean, I just think Brutus could have given the other guys a chance to talk.
Okay.
It's going to lead to a lot of texts.
So you're going to get in his face now and really let him have it?
I didn't do the interview. Larry, I couldn't even hear it. I mean, I don't know what they were
now you're down on Larry.
recording on. I think the camera was way in the back and they had no microphone. But
They had no microphone? They did an interview and didn't have a microphone?
I think they were just talking.
Right off the phone.
The phone was trying to pick it up.
Oh.
Now, what are you going to do? Larry had a good time, but I just thought Beefcake talked
But you weren't pleased with his product.
I had to turn it off after 8 minutes, and then we went down to 10. Wait, let the other guys talk. I'm done with this.
It's true. It's true. It's damn true.
There you go.
Get to bed early, lay off the sauce, and stop destroying your work environment. Time to get your act together, Doug. That's from Newpole Eligible. They're starting to see a little trend here.
The real me.
Like there might be an intervention coming in the 8 o'clock hour, brought to you by Fisher Window and Door Store.
This is what happens when I stay out late.
Is that what it is? You're still drunk?
I'm not drunk. I don't drink.
That leftover
not drunk.
screwdriver from
It's not a screwdriver. It's orange juice.
Tequila Sunrise?
Every morning it's orange juice. This morning I happened to tip it over.
5 points of pressure, Doug. Hold it up high, like you're toting the rock.
Yeah.
You're all right. Well, stuff happens.
Opening the show with Doug riding a Sibian wasn't on my bingo card. My money was on the Hawk Tua girl, or Ken airing grievances on what he saw on Facebook last night. That's from glove blocker Tom Traven.
My only grievance on Facebook was that
glove blocker Tom Traven's a puppet master.
That should be the name of your book, is My Only Grievance on Facebook.
I posted a graph of where you could see the Northern Lights last night because they were out. Yes. There was some kind of explosion in the atmosphere, and we were going to see the Northern Lights in the United States last night. And they had a graph where you could see it with the naked eye, where you could probably see it with the naked eye, where you needed to use your phone. And St. Louis was you can probably see it with the naked eye.
Oh, really?
But you could use your phone too. So it was a good chance you could see it. So I put the graph up there for people to watch, and everybody's posting their pictures of Aurora Borealis that they saw. I couldn't see anything.
Oh, no. So you let Facebook have it?
Well, I don't like that they're posting their pictures on my page. I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Damn complex I live in.
Chairman Stephen Wildwood says, I agree. It sucks when someone takes way too long to tell a story.
Well, it wasn't that long. But a lot of people saw it. I didn't see it.
Is this Brutus the Barber or the Northern Lights now?
I'll have to talk with Stephen Wildwood.
Yeah.
He's a Milagro Tequila defending listener of the year. You think he can go back-to-back like Dogtown Ty?
I don't know that he can. Kevin Miller's had such a
boy, you're right.
Autumn.
I just feel like Buck Swope's underappreciated.
Yeah.
I really do.
I think a lot of people think he works for us.
Well, I mean, we can clear that up.
He does not.
He doesn't get paid, but he seems to do all of our, when we need something, he sends it to us.
He's a historian.
Nobody asks.
Sergeant at Arms.
And I'm cashing in my DraftKings by 1.5 points because Mason decided his shoulder hurt.
Doug?
Wasn't a good night for me.
Boy, I can tell, especially the Facebook slight.
I won $5 last night, too. Usually I play the dollar game just to have fun. I won $5. Could have won $8, but Mason didn't even get touched out of bounds. 73 yards, I think I'll just take myself out.
We finna be rich.
So that cost you a fin?
I don't want $8.
Five spot? Okay.
It's a lot for me.
So, did you ever see the Northern Lights? You never did because of your complex?
No, I didn't. I think there's too many. You gotta be in a place where it's dark. You know, not a lot of city lights. I guess too many lights in my area.
Sweet Sweet Kai has sent in an image. Doug, a beautiful image. I don't know if you can see it. And it says, Iggy is right. I took this Lil flick last evening. Very cool. Led to lots of sapphic activity.
I don't know.
So his gassy girlfriend engaged in some kind of sapphos last night based on this scene in Cape Cod.
No, they probably took the dog for a walk.
Okay.
Went back home. Kyle might have had a little bit of action on the
is that right? You think so? Like hand play?
Well, more on the Niners game.
Oh.
And then they watched that and then went to bed early, if I had to guess. If I know Sweet Sweet Kai.
So you're saying this guy's
picture.
a liar?
No, that's a gorgeous picture. No doubt about that.
There was a time in the summer when we could see the Northern Lights here, right?
Yeah.
And I could see it from my neighborhood. And I guess just being the dullard I am, I looked at it and said, okay, there's the Northern Lights. And it just didn't do that much for me.
No!
Maybe it should have.
Yeah.
I guess I'm the only one who doesn't think it's just the coolest thing ever.
I know some folks out in Alaska who were they were posting some pictures of it last night. It's unbelievable.
Yeah, I'd imagine it's a much better show there than it is here.
Yeah.
But there are people who take vacations to go see
I would consider doing something like that.
You would?
Yeah, so would I, Jackson.
Yeah.
It's something I want to see.
Like those Norwegian cruises seem really cool, and you can definitely see them on those, like going through the fjords.
Okay.
Doug's
You just
not gonna
wanted to
like
say
that.
fjord.
Yeah, that's what that was. That's all that was. Try that on Balloon Party.
Gosh.
Guys, let me get this straight. The Blues have their second straight great comeback in as many games, but nope, Ken has to hijack it to talk about this stuff. Not off! That's from and then Niffenholes.
It's the second game of the season. Jesus.
2 comebacks. Last night, historic, Doug.
Well, why was it historic? Was it their biggest ever in the second game of the year?
I believe the statistic I'm in Jeremy Rutherford's column on The Athletic. The Blues had never or had only come back one time in like their last 140 games or something like that from a 3-goal deficit in the third period.
Huh.
Do you remember? I think I actually might remember it, but now 140 games probably doesn't.
Like,
They were down like
2 years.
5-0. No, but being down 3 goals in the third period. But this goes back like 25 years. They were down like 5-0 or 4-0 to the Leafs in the third period a long time ago and came back and won it.
Yeah, I do.
What were they down on the Monday Night Miracle when they won? Weren't they down 3 goals in that?
That's a little bit of crowdsourcing there.
But only the 5th time all time that's happened.
What was that, Chairman Kurt?
Only the 5th win all time for the Blues when trailing by 3 goals at any point during the third period.
How do you do?
2 in 140 all time.
2 in 140 all time. Is that right? Well, then I thought you said it was the 5th time.
That's conflicting reports there, but...
Well, who's reporting it?
Reddit.
Google.
All right. Doug, our source.
Against the team that was a burr in their saddle last year.
That's right. Yeah, that was Jeremy Rutherford's theme in the postgame last night, asking about that. Doug, take a listen here. Jackson, you stayed up to watch the game.
No.
Whoa!
Why didn't you?
Come on. 9:30 start.
Okay.
Stay up for all
Not
that.
that late when you're
What if it would have been a noon start?
More likely I would have watched it, but also unlikely.
Oh.
Just being honest. I watched the highlights in the morning. What more do you want from me? I know what happened. Nice.
The anger these similar comments get when they go on from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. You wouldn't believe it. Or maybe you would. I don't know.
Nice wrister, Folk.
We'll take a list. Here's Chris Kerber with the call of Justin Falk's goal to get this thing to overtime. Doug, again, you're going into about 17 minutes left, and the Blues are down 4-1, and you're just thinking, okay, the boys got a game. They got to fly over to Las Vegas, play the next night, hope you can pick up a point, head back to St. Louis with 3 points, and then we'll take on the Wild after a few nights off. But not these boys, huh?
They don't quit is what they don't do.
Oh, they skate.
Don't quit.
Listen, here's the skating.
They play 60 minutes.
Kyrou gets it back. Snaps it over to the far wing. Shin with a minute to go. Sets it up. To the blue line. Kyrou taps the stick, wants it, has it, passes. Thomas. Thomas leaves it. Falk shoots it. They score! A deflection in front off of Justin Falk's shot. And the Blues have come back to tie the game at 4. 47 seconds to go in the third period. Justin Falk has tied it for the Blues. Shen now on for the Blues, joining Butch Navich. Shen brings it in on Woolman. Shen shoots. He scores! Game winner. Bring out the Zamboni. 5-4 final. The comeback complete, and the St. Louis Blues do it in San Jose.
How do you do?
All this while Jackson's sleeping.
Yeah, and me.
Yeah.
What were you?
And
were you sleeping?
You were
I was passed
boozing
out.
at the MAC with Brutus the Barber Beefcake, and he was still answering that first question from Larry, but he started at 5 in the afternoon.
I want to see Doug all drunk.
Yep. What are you drinking? You drinking scotch?
Oh, yeah.
Scotch and cigars?
Sparkling water, mostly with a twist of lime.
Oh.
Living dangerously,
Because
eh?
it was, late in the week.
Yeah.
So I get away with it.
No scurvy for you.
No.
Anybody ever name that his name had 2 nicknames in it?
What
the
now?
Barber Beefcake. Brutus the Barber.
His name is Brutus Beefcake, and he was a barber.
Yeah, so his last name's not Beefcake.
Well,
It's his Christian name.
They all fake their names.
I know, but you have 2 fake names in your name.
Yeah.
Brutus, yeah, okay. The Barber, nickname, Beefcake. Last
Macho
name.
Man's, he had 2 of them.
Well, his name was Randy Savage. His nickname was Macho Man.
This guy's name was Brutus Beefcake.
So Savage is also a fake name.
Yeah, it was Poffo.
Yeah, but it's Brutus the Barber. There's his nickname.
Randy the Macho
Barber.
Man Savage. Randy Poffo. You know that, Doug? And he had a brother named Lenny Poffo, and he played the role of the genius. Remember the genius?
Oh.
And he would come out and he would read poetry.
Huh.
You're like Brutus the Barber Smith or Brutus the Barber Johnson, not Brutus the Barber Beefcake.
Boomer Kingsley.
You're upset by this.
We're talking about the Blues! Stop him! Danny Tanner's losing his mind.
I didn't bring it up. We're talking about Doug's wrestling.
Listen, we weren't. We were talking about the Blues comeback. The only thing that was important about my wrestling is I got plastered on some sparkling water with a twist of lime.
Thank you.
I don't need scurvy.
Hey guys, stay woke.
Way to steer the conversation away from the Blues again, Strode. That's from Tony Big Toes. Why is this happening? Take him to the parking garage in Old Yellerum. That's where you do it?
Oh.
You go to the parking garage?
No, that was just the backyard where they shot Old Yeller. There was no parking garage out in the country.
Well, I'm parked in the underground garage. You can take me down and nobody ever know.
I would think that you would hear,
Shots would echo.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably a bad spot to do it.
Silencer.
If you are a grown man and don't go by your real name, you're probably a real D-bag. Thanks, that's Arbor Day.
Well, these people are in show business. Lots of people in show business don't go by their real name. I think that's the reason for that.
You can F with the B-fib. You can also F with them woke soccer people. But Jackie, I'd be real careful with the Bluesier. They're unpredictable and they give no Fs. That's from Chairman Stephen Wildwood. He's a little worried about you.
We're on year 4 of me doing this, so I think I'll be all right.
Oh, with this guy.
A lot of confidence there.
simply because I don't like hockey.
Yeah.
What are you going to do?
Here is Braden Shen. I thought I was watching all the post game last night. It's great they put this up on YouTube.
Yeah.
So I was watching that, watching the highlights of the game. And here's what Braden Shen said the team's mindset was: 4-1 in the second intermission.
The room wasn't quiet in the second intermission. There's some guys with positive energy in here, and there's no sense, being negative about what's happened. They got 2 goals there by kind of tough bounces, and we had a good first period, and we thought we played hard, and had a really good first, and obviously let off a little bit in the second, and they were able to capitalize on us. But all in all, it wasn't the feeling of what we had last year against this team. I felt like we actually played hard and generated lots, but once we got back to our game of being north direct, that's how we got all our goals.
Yeah. Got to be
north.
North
like that?
direct. North direct. I think there's just a couple teams in the league that have played 2 games and won them both. And we live in the city with one of those hockey clubs.
Exactly right, sir. Exactly right, sir. Parade Down Market. What date is that scheduled for? June 18th?
I don't know if they have a date yet.
Utah Hockey Club's undefeated.
Are they 2-0 as well?
Yeah, they took down the Isle last night.
Beware the Isle.
The MSG network couldn't figure out their name. They were calling them like the Utah Hockey Club team.
I don't care for that.
Yeah, it's the Blues in Utah, as you would expect. And the Devils have somehow played 3 games. Were they one of the teams that was overseas?
Yeah, I think so.
They're 2-1, but the Blues are 2-0. And really, if you would have watched both first periods, you would go, crap. Now, the Blues they were out shooting San Jose, I think, 8-1 when that puck went in off the skate for Celebrini to get his first goal. He's the prize prospect of the Sharks, and it was 1-0, and then Buchnevich tied it up, but after that, it was 3 straight goals, and that's when you knocked over your
juice,
your screwdriver, when you were in the midst of giving that banister, you better get this team
ready
going,
to go,
and yet, as opposed, I think when you would see both those situations in Seattle and San Jose, to be like, God, if they could get 2 points, it'd be great. Well, now they've got 2 substantial comeback wins on a West Coast road trip to start the season. And I don't know if this is included in the sound. It's not all that interesting, but I do think there's something psychological about it. They've played 2 teams for both of their home openers to start the season. That was San Jose's home opener last night. Their first game, that building was buzzing because of Celebrini. And Seattle, even though Jackson very critical of the day game, that still was an event in Seattle on Tuesday. And the Blues come back there, too. So I certainly don't go into tonight's festivities against a very good team, back-to-back nights in Vegas, expecting the Blues to win. But no matter what, I would consider the road trip to start the season a success, and especially with the manner with which they've come back.
Well, Tim, what you guys may not understand because you don't know puck like I do, points are precious.
I don't understand that.
Points are precious because we get to the end of the season and sometimes you get a playoff spot or you don't by just a point or 2.
So therefore, they're precious.
They're precious. And just because this is just a sliver of the season, 2 games, it's a fantastic start to go on the road and come away with 4 points already.
Nice.
I mean, that's really nice.
Well, how about this, Doug, if you want to bet it? This is kind of Biffian. The Vegas Golden Knights are minus 190 tonight against the Blues. Blues plus 165. Is it worth putting your unit size is 10,000? That's the thing that Steve...
the reverb on that was crazy.
It's like a recoil from Tiger in the Bunker. Was that in Mexico in 2018?
Oh, gosh, I don't know the years.
So what would you... I'm doing the math off the top of my head. You put down 10,000, you win 5,200, I guess? I think that's right. I don't know.
Yeah.
I think that might
Well, that's what I'm going to do. They'll have Benner back between the pipes, and they're going to have a perfect road trip.
So you're calling out Joel Hofer last night, eh?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. He shouldn't have given up any goals. Nice. I want my netminder to pitch a shutout. And if you can't, then get yourself back into the AHL.
Guys, I'm very excited about the Blues right now. Maybe it was the aggressive offseason by Army, going to 2 games this year. Most Blues games I will be going to in 1 season in years. That's from Driver Rob.
Driver Rob.
So he's going to 2 games.
Okay. Well,
which games is he going to, you think?
I don't know.
At the Wild on Tuesday.
It's nice to be able to go to 2 games. Those games are expensive, and it's a fun night, so good for him.
Canucks are in town on January 27th, is that right?
I'm not looking at the schedule.
Douglas would have.
I'm not looking at the schedule.
How many other people woke up so moist today after the comeback? My dungarees were sopping. Had to change my sheets, too. Skate, boy, skate.
Oh.
That's from John Lithgow's Harry Henderson. He's telling the boys to skate.
And he changed his sheets?
Yeah, because his dungarees.
Oh.
Are we in good shape?
Yes, we are.
Didn't you change him before you went to bed?
Well,
John Lithgow's Harry Henderson, Callier and Thompson phone lines now.
He probably watched the Blues from bed because it was on so late.
All right, well, you weren't asleep yet. Change your pants.
Oh. He wore complete trousers, dungarees, or long pants?
Yeah, it's denim.
Really? That's what he wore to bed?
Yeah.
Guys, I think it'd be funny if on Balloon Party Jackson just acted like he thought these games were still in the preseason. They'd have one of those Old West wanted posters of him in Melville. That's from Arbor Day.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's tough when you're the home of the Blues.
The wanted poster would be nailed to a telephone pole, probably.
Yeah.
Gotta hope the Blues are good, otherwise we got nothing in this cow town. That's from the Hunchback of Vaughan Castle.
Well, there's something to that.
Missouri plays UMass tomorrow, bro.
Yeah.
ILL plays Purdue. Purdue's a hell of a team.
They're not.
I don't know, Purdue and UMass, who would win that? I guess Purdue.
Probably the Boilermakers.
All right. Yeah. Well, then we turn our attention to Michigan coming to Champaign next Saturday in War Damn Eagle.
Okay.
All right.
Well, it would be a rough year if the Blues are bad, coming off what happened to City and a second straight playoff-less season for the Cardinals. We haven't had a winner here for a little while.
No.
I guess you missed the series with Sporting KC last year.
They got bounced out of the playoffs by Sporting KC.
What about the Battlehawks run?
Yeah, exactly.
They got bounced out of the playoffs, too.
Yeah, but they were in the playoffs.
Right.
Yeah.
I would enjoy ass eating more if I wasn't allergic to the peanut butter that my wife's father extrudes into his Depends. That's from Doug Hill, gumshoe journalist, bringing your stories about men giving birth at the family arena to hairy dumps.
Who writes stuff like this?
The Doo-Doo Man.
What's his name, Tim?
The Doo-Doo Man.
Doo-Doo Man just got himself suspended a period of 2 days' time. His name right now, as we speak, is going into the Illinois Recovery Center suspension logule. No, doesn't feel good. It's designed not to. Doo-Doo Man, 2 days.
Bryce Chandler Hill.
Is Janoris Jenkins still attacking Daniel Jones, or was that win in Seattle enough to keep the Jackrabbit in check?
I believe, still attacking him. He was definitely attacking Billy Napier yesterday. Once him gone, because he doesn't give free tickets to former Gators.
Didn't he make like $100 million?
Probably. But if you know Jay Jenks.
Doug, do you know him well?
AKA the Jackrabbit. He had some legal issues at his time in Gainesville. But yeah, he played a long time.
Doo-Doo Man for Lister of the Month. That's from the total package.
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. September 26th. Someone tweeted that they were pulling up to MetLife Stadium, and he said, "You going to see Dan the Doo-Doo Man? Take your toilet paper, my boy."
Gosh.
Yeah. So yes, he's still, and then they called him a sorry ass. Yeah, he's still into that.
Morning, I think the Doo-Doo Man is a former member of Civic Progress. It's Manupal eligible. Boy, those were some old money guys.
Yeah, they broke up, and maybe this is one guy who's still out there trying to find his way.
Yeah, I'm here, man. Show out.
All right.
I'm telling you, I haven't been excited about a non-Cardinal playoff game for a while, but I will watch the Indians. Yikes. I'm going to apologize right there.
Okay. Yeah, you got
That's Stephen Wildwood, and I hope that people tweeted him about that. He meant to say Guardians. Tigers from start to finish. Doug Scooble's going to get the ball. Can he get the Tigers to the ALCS? Why, what a shocking development last night. Is it David Fry, right?
I don't know.
He was part of the Southside Seamen for a period of time. Either way, he had a 2-run home run, 2 strikes, 2 outs, 6th inning. The ballpark in Michigan's a rockin'. And why, oh my, it's David Fry, I'm saying without confidence, hitting a home run to put the Guardians, Steve, in front.
Yeah.
And Scoob will be on full rest, too, won't he?
He pitched
Monday?
on Monday, I believe.
Yeah, so he'll be a snootful. If there's any pitcher you'd want to go on that final game, he'd be it, right?
Well, what a tough break for fans in Ohio as the Buckeyes will be taking on the Ducks at the Autzen Zoo at the same time.
Yeah, that's a real concern. I guess you could get 2 TVs. Watch one game on your phone and watch one on the wall.
Spoken like a man with an ensuite. You know, I mean, I was really concerned about the fans in our area on Monday as you had the Chiefs playing so hard and so fine against the Saints, dressed up as a tribute to one of Missouri's 8 uniforms. And you had the Royals playing at the same time in the Bronx. And that, messed up a lot of our area's listeners. And now I'm trying to express that same kind of empathy to the fans of Northern Ohio. And I get the sense that you're...
Yeah, I don't care much.
Yeah, you're having a little scat play with him.
Oh!
Like the doo-doo man.
I'm just saying, it's pretty easy. I've never been able to figure out picture-in-a-picture on a TV set, ever. But I have been able to figure out how to bring a second TV into the room if I indeed want to watch both games. Or I can watch one on the phone.
The other 2 games tonight, Royals and the Dodgers.
Royals are out. Royals are out.
No, the Royals and the Dodgers are playing an exhibition game
They're
to
not.
get the Dodgers ready for the Padres tonight.
I thought the Yankees went up 2-1 on Wednesday.
They won last night.
Oh, I didn't know there was a game last night.
There sure was. Royals are out.
Now the Dodgers and Padres are 2-2, right?
Yeah, that's tonight. That, to me, is the more
they
exciting
played Wednesday
game.
and they played tonight, but they played Wednesday and they played again last night?
Who?
Doug?
The Yankees were. They go back to back when you're at home. If you have to travel, they take a day off.
Yeah, I thought it was an off day today or yesterday for the Royals.
No, they lost.
Well, I'm sorry, I wasn't really paying attention. I'm not one of those people that are following the Kansas City Royals.
Oh. Well, now don't put it back on the people that actually enjoy it.
Okay.
I'm not. I'm just saying I'm not really paying attention.
Okay, you don't see the Royals as Missouri's team?
Maybe Missouri's team. They're not St. Louis's team. That's why they're called Kansas City Royals.
Yeah, well, we've kind of adopted them. They're out. Got kicked in the teeth last night again.
Here's Bob Costas' call of the season coming to an end for the Royals.
All right, hit the lever, Pete.
In the air to center field. Judge has it lined up, and the Yankees are on their way to the LCS. The Royals gave them a good battle. All 4 games were close. But the Yankees, who didn't make the postseason last year, a rarity, now advance to the LCS.
Okay.
Producer Joe's listening to the show this morning.
Oh, that's nice.
I don't know what this means. It's an open eye emoji and then a clown.
I wonder what we could be talking about.
But I don't know what that means. I'm trying to translate the emojis. Doug, you see the emojis right there? Open eyes and then the clown.
Look.
Look, clown?
I guess.
I would send, to you, Tim, I would send the open eye emoji. Like, Ella Reese has a new post, and I would screenshot it to you. No, but I would screenshot it to
She's
you.
always hiking.
I'd screenshot it to you and then put the eye emoji. Now, in this context,
Posted my whoop.
I guess he's looking at the clown. I don't know.
Interesting. Oh, the first thing that popped up in my stories is Jackson. What do you got going on?
It's
Doug, name that former Blue.
Me and Doug doing Name That Blue.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Doug smoked me.
Yeah. I was able to identify the key.
To be fair, I didn't even get a chance to answer before Doug, brown-nosed his way in there.
I didn't brown nose.
Yeah,
that was the game.
Blues fans.
A picture pops up. You're supposed to identify him. That's what I did.
Yeah.
How long did the players, how long ago do they play? Are we going back to 80s?
Berglund was in there and Shane Schwartz.
The oldest one was Jamal Mayers.
Yeah.
I think I would have been able to get all the 3 of those without an issue. Did you? I assume you got them all?
Roman Polak was in there.
Yeah, but he was well hung.
Right.
That's what...
Cam told us he had a drain sniffer, right?
I would have got 0.
No.
Is that right?
Yeah, I was doing it, and by the time Doug answered...
Yeah, but what if you pulled up the T-Wolves and went against Doug?
Yeah, I would smoke it.
Yeah, I would get none of them.
He identified Paul Correa as Martin Shkreli.
Yeah, the farmer bro bought the Wu-Tang album.
No, I didn't. Jackson did. Tim looked at me as though I didn't know who Paul Correa was.
It was the first time
You're starting to get out of line a little bit.
First time I've ever heard the name, honestly.
Oh, gosh. He was an all-star. Not here, but out in Anaheim.
All right. Well, sorry, I support the Blues, not the Ducks. Disney.
So do
Disney
I, but I
crap.
still know who the top players are. He was one of the top players in the league there for a while.
Bully for you then.
Oh,
Remember when he was concussed in the, I think it was playoffs, and then just kept on playing?
yeah. He was good, though.
Bob Costas caught a lot of hell. Jackson sent me a column last night for the Doug. I get the PM links from Jackson and the AM links from Chairman Kurt. You ever listen to Jimmy Trana's podcast?
No, I don't.
Jimmy Trana wrote in SI.com, and he's actually a real person, not AI, that the Bob Costas broadcast has been a debacle, writing, when NBC was airing Thursday Night Football several years ago, the network wanted to use Mike Tirico for play-by-play. Roger Goodell and the NFL stepped in and said no. The league told NBC it needed to use Al Michaels because they wanted the number one voice calling those games. It would be nice if Rob Manfred cared about his postseason telecast half as much as Goodell cared about Thursday Night Football, because TBS and Bob Costas are a complete mess when it comes to the Yankees-Royals ALDS. Bob Costas.
A complete mess. This is a guy considered by many to be one of the greatest television broadcast talents in the history of the medium.
Not Jimmy Trana.
See, what I've felt, and I think we heard a little bit on that game-winning call, is he's kind of calling it like a radio broadcast, very descriptive of stuff going on in the field, and a little bit more, almost like their old-school mics. He doesn't want to blow them out by, like, raising his voice too much.
He's worried about the microphones.
No, but I that's why I feel like radio style, where it's kind of like it's not supposed to be yelling and much more descriptive, more old school, which is fine. But when you look around,
Jack Buck was on the radio when Ozzie Smith hit that home run. Was that Game 5 off of Tom Niedenfuhr? It was a day game,
so.
right?
Yeah, it was a day game.
Maybe
and Steve Sachs, or was it Mike Marshall, got in a fight with a fan behind the Dodgers dugout?
I don't remember that part.
Got to do some show prep.
it just it feels like to me, it sounds like to me that it's like a radio broadcast, less so than a TV broadcast.
I think he's just more low key than what people are maybe expecting.
Yes.
So many announcers nowadays really get hysterical when something big happens.
Yeah, but they're bigger than the games they cover.
Yeah.
But I would say on that game-winning call, that was a little. I mean, the series is over. Like, you can be a little. I felt like there was more excitement there than what Bob Costas was kind of portraying in that call.
Yeah.
Have you heard Costas lately? He's awful. It's from the 314.
Oh my. Well,
I don't think he's as bad as like some people on social media are making it out to be. But I understand some people who have grown up or totally listened to other broadcasters who are more amped up during games be like, this is not for me.
Just like Howard Stern, people have turned on Costas because he's such a woke, simp loser. If I never heard his voice again, I'd die happy. That's Eric in the Central West End.
Gonna be him.
Hey guys, stay woke.
He has gone very, very woke.
I don't know who else they would use. I mean, he works for CNN, and TBS has the games.
That's two different networks.
CNN owns TBS, or TBS owns CNN.
They're all owned by the same company.
So take that.
Well,
wow, what a spike of the football.
Who do they like? Who do the masses like calling their baseball games these days?
Jackson, who has social media approval?
Boog.
Boog? I'm a Boog
Shelby.
guy. I'm a big fan of him. I don't feel like he's a screamer.
No.
Like, I look at the screamer as the hack.
Yeah.
You know, because
Yeah.
anybody can scream.
Right.
It's so hack.
Right.
You know, and maybe it puts me in an old school category. Don't get me wrong. I listened to these, when you sent that article, I listened to these calls from Costas, and I'm like, yeah, it's monotone. And the George Brett thing, that is odd in a postseason game. I realize the postseason now is the NCAA tournament, and they got to try to spice it up. But to have George Brett on for, I think it was a full half-inning interview, that now that I've seen it, I'm like, yeah, that's like if I were watching the Cardinals playing, you know, the last time they played in a playoff game, the Phillies, and they had Mike Schmidt on for a half inning of a, you know, that at the time the series was 1-1. That'd be rather irritating. So I don't understand that, but that's not Bob Costas' call.
Right.
But yeah, I get it. It's monotone. I don't think Shami's one of those screamers. Screamers to me is like if you grew up with a Carlin kind of comedian and then Carrot Top comes out. It's like, oh,
Right.
okay. And I guess the people like it right now, but this isn't going to stand the test of time.
To me, there's like a fine line between being a screamer, which I agree is hack, and putting a little charge in your voice to underscore the importance of the moment.
It's interesting because Al Michaels received criticism for, I think it was the Chargers and Jaguars playoff game, and it was a comeback.
Yeah.
And his call was also monotone. So but Al Michaels has, I think, the most famous call in American sports history, and he certainly wasn't monotone then. So I don't know if this is an age thing. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know either, because I feel like there are some older guys though who still can fire it up a little bit.
Who are you thinking of?
I mean, we heard Howie Rose on the Mets broadcast last night. He's a local guy, but
how old is he?
He has to be in his late 60s, early 70s.
Really?
Yeah.
I don't think I know.
How old is Howie Rose?
Okay.
70 years. On the nose.
70, yeah.
He went to Queens College. He's been loving the Mets his whole life.
Yeah, probably so.
Jerry Seinfeld always wore a Queens College crew neck in Seinfeld.
Joey Zanaboni's calls will stand the test of time. That's from Dogtown Astroman.
I just think, and obviously he's different, but I just think there is kind of that fine line. And to me, Costas is a little under that line.
I'd be happy if TBS hired Gus Johnson and Joey Zanaboni screaming every single pitch. That's from the JV golf coach.
You know who screams a lot, and I like him. I think he's good at what he does, but he's getting hard to listen to when he's got the game on CBS is Harlan.
Kevin Harlan?
Great.
You don't like Kevin Harlan?
Every play is a scream.
I don't think that.
I think he's just demonstrative in the way he speaks. Like, he's very articulate.
Like, I think of Gus Johnson, I think of, that's what I'm talking about, for the
He's a
record.
little
Who's
bitty.
been on, I don't know if he's been on our show, the show I did with Edmonds, I can't recall. He's a kind guy.
Yeah.
Remember, I was pissing at the Dome one time, and he was in there taking a crap.
Oh,
Well, I just want to say that I've been around him.
Yeah.
Why would you have been around him?
Because I was
You
in there
didn't go in there,
pissing,
did
and he
you?
was in there taking a crap.
How did you know?
Because I saw him, I go, oh, there's Gus Johnson. And I'm like, oh, no, he's about to evacuate his bowels. And anytime that's going on and I'm in the restroom, I do everything I can I start shaking. It looks like I'm in there whacking. Because I'm like, I got to get out of here. I don't want to smell this man's colon.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing.
Oh,
really
gosh.
changes your opinion on a broadcaster when you smelled their insides.
Flip that off. We should
What
save
in
that
the
for balloon
world?
party.
He's a great storyteller, but I agree. Like some of I remember last year with the Ohio State thing when he kept saying Maserati Marv.
Nice.
And it's just it's a little much. But I do think like Brian Anderson. I like Brian Anderson a lot.
Yeah.
I think he does. I think he brings a little bit of charge, but not over the top.
Right.
Yeah.
I think Gus Johnson organically was screaming because he kept getting the NCAA tournament games that had these absurd finishes, and it became his signature, and he wasn't doing it to hack it up. He was doing it because he was calling games that had these ridiculous finishes, and that became his calling card. And if I had to guess, some either consultant or network executive who never sat behind a microphone said, hey, we want you to keep doing that. This is what the people love. And so then it kind of was, that's what I think happened. I don't know that, but if I recall having him on, I think he was calling soccer at one point when Edmonds and I had him on, and he caught a lot of hell for it. Maybe it was when Fox got, I don't know. I feel like there was some soccer thing, and he caught a lot of hell for it, the way he was calling that. Well, God, you're calling soccer. And if you have a 1-0 game, and your big thing is, but he didn't really know it, he didn't care about it. I think I don't want to say he didn't care about it, but it wasn't what he loved growing up. And I think they removed, I could be off on all of this. But yeah, the Costas thing was odd with how, Doug, do you mind this term, docile he was?
I don't care for the term, no.
Yeah. And in baseball, like, you never want to be so over the top because that totally, like, almost overshadows the game to me. But there is, like, a need to kind of underscore what is going on and how
Well, there's a
important it is.
difference when a team wins a series to go to be one of the final 4 teams versus a home run in the 3rd inning against the Marlins in April.
Totally.
You know?
Totally. Yep.
Now, here is the call of is this Michael K's call?
No, this is John Sterling, the legend.
Oh, John Sterling.
He's still doing it. I
With a
thought
fun
he retired.
Yeah,
I thought so too.
He was calling the playoff games.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
And I think he's been doing some regular season games too, back at it. Wonderful little noise he makes at the end here.
Okay.
2 outs, no one on. The Yankees are 1 out away. And Weaver deals to Coryell. A high fly to center. This is it. Judge is there. He makes the catch. Ball game over. American League Division Series over. Yankees win. The Yankees win.
I'm old school.
Now, that is his, for those not familiar. I would imagine most of our audience is, but that's his signature.
The Yankees win. I kind of like the guys getting crazy at the end.
But again,
you can't do it. You can't carry it the whole game, of course. But in a big moment, yeah, I like the guy.
But he will do that on a Tuesday night in April against the Marlins. But that's his signature win. Think just like Jack Buck. That's a winner. Do the same thing.
Bring out the Zamboni.
Bring out the Zamboni. But that's different than seeding yourself over a home run in the second inning, and then you're like, oh,
now, I get it. Jack Buck and Joe is the same way. They don't yell and scream, but they certainly have a lot of energy and excitement in their voice in the key moments.
Right.
Correct.
Which was perfect, which is why they were, as good as anyone has ever done it.
In the air, left field, and gone.
A little more energy than that. Mike Shannon every now and then would say, all right, there's a base hit to left. So every now and then he'd get that way.
How about this? Cute fact. I like that. Not fun fact, but cute fact.
I like cute facts.
Cute fact. Gus Johnson was on the call at the TWA Dome for the Rams' first game of the '99 season against the Ravens. That's from Deke Dotem. How about that? Now Dotem was just giving cute facts.
Cute as a button, I didn't remember that.
Well, you were probably there.
Probably so. Probably didn't hear him at all.
Warner against Ray Lewis. How fun would it have been if you would have had Kurt Warner against Ray Lewis in the Super Bowl the following year? The Rams offense against that Ravens defense. Kurt Warner and Trent Dilfer heads up with Tony Bank on the sideline as the Ravens backup. What would have happened that year because the Rams defense was atrocious? That was the shoot, we'll fix it year. Joe Fox,
Baltimore is tough for anybody to score on. So was Tampa the year the Rams did win it.
That's right. Warren Sapp, Derek Brooks.
But they ran up and down the field on just about everybody else.
That's right. Vikings the week before. Didn't really score a lot of points against the Titans, though. I mean, they got
the
23, but I mean, they only had 16. A lot of red zone possessions that didn't lead to touchdowns, and were kicking field goals. Jeff Wilkins, is that right?
Yeah, money. They call it money.
Joe Tessitore got to call that barn burner in College Station, and then went on to call guys being dropped through tables here at WWE Raw. That's from Vince Vaughn's Entrails. Yeah, what do you think about that? Joe Tessitore was on the Missouri A&M game.
And then he did Raw?
Yeah, he does Raw.
Really?
Yep. The coach used to do ESPN and WWE, Jonathan Coachman.
Where is he now? I haven't seen him in a while.
I don't know what's going on with the coach.
The coach.
You like that, the coach?
Yeah, it's a pretty good nickname to him.
Gus Johnson was on the call for Mizzou UCLA NCAA tournament game, early 2000s. Well, if you talk about the Edney game, that was 95. But maybe Missouri played. Oh, yeah, they did. I was at that game, actually. That was in San Jose, 2002. That was a Thursday night game, and UCLA had Jason Capono. Am I right on that?
I don't know what night of the week it was on.
All the Bisons are going to be jumping with joy.
Rams opened the 99 season versus the Ravens and worked them over. Thanks, 314. How about that?
That's
cute fact.
Cute as well.
Wilkins is a good pal of mine, coaching at Youngstown State now. Thanks. That's from Flocky the Smurf.
Is he really? Like the head coach? Kicking coach? We need more information.
Flocky the Smurf, please call in. Callier and Thompson phone lines.
Yeah. He made a few million kicking field goals. That's a good work if you can get it.
Why don't we kick some field goals?
Because we don't have the talent.
Okay. Big Danny Gadzurek and Jason Capono, Tim. That's from the life coach.
Danny Gadzurek.
Yeah, Missouri. They were a 12 seed. Was UCLA an 8 or 9?
I don't
because I think they had beaten the 1 seed Cincinnati, and that meant Missouri got all the way to the Elite 8, and their best win of the tournament. Well, they beat Leonard Hamilton in Miami in the first round and Albuquerque in the pit. And then they beat, was it Jimmy O'Brien?
I don't know.
In Ohio State in the second round. And I asked Quinn Snyder about it. I was out there in New Mexico for that. And I asked him about it. And I said, what does this mean for you in your career to get to the Sweet 16? And he looked at me, and we kind of had a rapport, an adverse one. And he goes, I'm not here to psychoanalyze myself for you.
Jeez.
All right.
Tournament.
Go back to the hotel in Albuquerque.
Tail between your legs, thinking you had a nice question. Just had your legs chopped out from underneath you.
I'll fly back to St. Louis and back to San Jose.
Well, Jimmy Cruz, don't let me down, Jimmy. I've got you beating Louisville.
Doug Justin Gage jumping after the ball, going out of bounds. It's from the 314.
Okay. It's a nice sentence.
Well, I mean, you're forgetting that he did that against UCLA, and that's what spawned the comeback?
Right. You're right, I am forgetting what happened.
And was that Jabari Brown or Jabari White for Oklahoma? and Kelvin Sampson, but Missouri couldn't hit their free throws at Borch, and that's why they lost to the Sooners in a game played in front of like 40 people that sent a team to the Final Four that started at like 11 a.m. in San Jose. And I remember being there and going, this is kind of weird. This is probably the biggest game in Missouri basketball recent history, and there's no one here, and they're playing a team from the Big 12, now the SEC, and we're in San Jose, and it's the morning. And this is strange. And then it was like 52 to 46 or something because they couldn't hit their free throws.
In March.
Your thoughts on Missouri, Oklahoma from 2002, 636-9004-TMA. You can text in about it too. Was it Jabari Brown, Jabari White?
I don't know. The main thing for me was to not be let down by Jimmy Cruz. That's all I wanted out of the NCAA tournament. Don't let me down, Jimmy Cruz.
Beating Louisville.
Hey, guys, I work with Trunk candidate at Mr. Wizards on Big Ben after the 2002 season. Nice guy, huge crank. That's from Big Tough. A lot of our listeners are working with these former Rams.
Fast. There was a video right before he got drafted of him racing a car on a track, like a 100-yard dash, Trunk against a car.
Nice.
And I guess he came out on top, and I think that's why the Rams drafted him. They had no need for the gentleman at all. None.
That's just your opinion, though.
And they had no defense.
Who was their running back?
Marshall Faulk.
Okay.
I mean...
And they had no defense, and that's who they picked, because he'd beaten a car in a race.
Ever heard of a two-headed monster? A little thunder and lightning?
They drafted a guy who didn't play at Oklahoma State in the second round. His name was Jacoby Shepard. That was a big issue. Never mind the fact that they drafted a running back in the first round when you had Marshall Faulk in the prime of his career.
That's tough.
One year they drafted an offensive lineman at Arizona State. They went down to look at somebody else.
Oh, yeah, that was Martz's guy.
Yeah.
I loved him. Travis Fisher, maybe? No, Travis Fisher was a corner.
Yeah, but this guy was blocking just so scouts could look at other players, and that's who the Rams drafted.
Wow. Thinking outside the box.
He even played.
Being in the bubble's a dangerous place to exist. And they started to enjoy the smell of their farts. Is that what you said?
Oh, I never said that.
Like on Sports Sunday, you're like, well, the
never
Rams are
said
enjoying the
that.
smell of their own farts.
No.
They're picking practice squad players
I would've been
from Arizona
relieved.
State in the fourth round.
Immediately relieved of my duties.
Guys, I worked with Ty Hill at the snack shop at Meadowbrook. Guy made a great ahi tuna wrap. That's from the Horny Banker.
Oh, I like that.
I worked with Nate Hobgood-Chittick at Best Buy. He would come in and drop trout and clear the place out. That's from Ned Yo Shattered Pelvis.
I can believe that one.
You can?
Yeah, I can believe Nate probably took a regular job somewhere.
Well,
I don't know about dropping ass and cleaning the place out. But
No. Well, probably so, because he was a young guy when he was here, and he didn't play much longer, I don't think.
Hey, Doug, quick etiquette question. If I kick open an occupied stall at the family arena and there's a rotund, middle-aged gentleman squeezing dinner out from last night, is it rude to look him in the eye, or should I keep my gaze on the boy fupa that's been glazed with potty brine from the neighboring urinal? That's from the doo-doo man.
He's already been suspended. He did not have the right to get back on. You look him right in the eye, because you certainly don't want to see anything else.
Would you like me to take off my boy panties?
That's not what you say in the restroom. Oh.
is that what you said to him when you opened the door?
I didn't say. I wasn't there. I didn't open the door
I
on
just
the
heard what you said.
When was the last time you were at Family Arena?
I was there for a radio station event about a year ago.
We had some out there?
Yeah.
God,
They
nice,
had
nice team spirit,
They
ass.
had a country music show out
Oh,
there.
Jingle Fest?
Yeah.
Jingle Fest, gotcha.
Lainey Wilson played that right before she became a star. That's what you play Jingle Fest and you become a star.
Right, that's what they were saying.
Stevie Nicks there was the last one I went to.
That's where Stevie Nicks was, Family Arena?
Last time she was there, she was at Enterprise Center, but before that she played Family Arena, which I was kind of shocked at. But
It's a decent building.
Got to play a high school basketball game there once.
Oh, did you really?
Did you ball at the mall, home of the St. Louis Swarm.
I checked in, and because, it's so different than playing at a high school where there's walls at the end of each baseline, there's just more seats. I didn't know which way we were going.
Oh,
I had to ask the ref which direction we're going.
You can't be serious. Is this why you were on the bench?
Yeah, that might be the reason I couldn't get some clock.
Yeah. Did you get some clock that night?
I figured out which direction we were going. We were good.
After the game had been on a few minutes?
Yeah.
You saw which side your team was running at?
Well, we had to play a game on Hanukkah, so I was playing under protest.
Oh.
Look at you.
Yeah. Little champion.
Who did that in baseball? Wouldn't play.
Sandy Koufax?
He wouldn't play on the high holidays. He didn't want to pitch on Yom Kippur.
And he didn't.
No, he did not.
Well, that one player didn't play him, just wouldn't pitch on Sunday. I know Koufax wouldn't pitch on Jewish holidays or whatever, but there was a pitcher that wouldn't pitch on Sundays because that was against his religion to
I'm not sure
do anything on Sundays.
Mike Eckert is the TMA YouTube wardrobe tracker, and he says it's been 10 days since he wore this French fuchsia cap, a striking compliment to his quarter zip.
Okay, I was going to say this. You'd be wrong if you're talking about the quarter zip, because I haven't worn this probably since last winter.
How about that?
Because it's kind of wool. The other ones I've been wearing are kind of dry fit, very cool. This is wool, so I wouldn't have worn this probably since last winter.
Yeah.
It was a little chilly this morning, so.
They say we may get up over 90 degrees tomorrow.
Ball striking season.
May break a record that's been on the books since 1890.
Let's see. Over 83. High of 83 today. High of 85 is what I'm seeing tomorrow. Cools down, Doug. Highs in the lower 60s on Monday and Tuesday. And then here comes more warm weather and sun. I mean, what are we doing here? Yeah. We can all sell our properties in Southern California and South Florida. Yeah. I know some people have bought in Arizona who listen to the show. But I think we can sell those and just stay in St. Louis because we are now the climate capital of the United States of America.
Yeah, over the last year, you'd probably be hard pressed to find an area that's had weather a whole lot better than ours.
Man, some ace is going to move here, huh?
What was
ace?
No, what does that mean?
Ass.
Oh gosh.
Well, winters have been good, but the summers are still sometimes brutal.
Summer was pretty temperate, I thought, this year, relatively speaking.
We always have a week or two where it's just unbearable. Same with the winter. We have about a week where it's just horrible. But then other than that, it's all okay. I think we're sitting right here in the garden spot of the Great Plains.
Amen.
Be a lot of Floridians wish they lived here right now.
Property values skyrocketing. This is sick how wealthy we're becoming just by talking about the 2002 NCAA tournament.
And it's passive income. We're not doing a darn thing.
That's right. We're obviously doing a lot that most people can't do.
Yeah.
But
you're
as far
talking
as
about broadcasting talent.
Right, that's something that people can't do.
No.
You can't hit a ball 360 yards either. Sorry. Doug and I went to journalism school, and I almost graduated and everything.
You were so close.
Politics.
The perfect world, you live at the Lake of the Ozarks during the summer. Yeah. You get a nice breeze off the lake. I'm talking about down there around Taneycombe where there's not a lot of Hoosiers. And then in the winter, you go down to Florida where it's warm and there's no hurricanes.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's what you do, Doug.
Taneycombe and then Florida.
Girl Next Door of the Year candidate from Jefferson County.
You don't hear that much.
I almost didn't have to say it.
It's the Munganess 7 o'clock hour, even though it's 8:03. StLouisAcura.com, AltonToyota.com. That's Jamie Burkhardt. That's Peter Mungan. Ryan Seiberg.
The Muckety Mucks.
That's the Muckety Muck. That's what you call the C-suite. You like that?
Well, yeah, I think they all have corner offices.
They're online at StLouisAcura.com and AltonToyota.com, and that's where we go for our cars. It's where we recommend you go for yours, the official automotive provider of TMA and the Tim McKernan Show podcast. And what is the episode this week? St. Louis's Dirty Secret or something, Jackson?
Yeah, St. Louis's Dirty Little Secret.
Yep. I thought that would be about Jackson finally revealing he runs the St. Louis Starter Pack's Instagram account.
Nope.
Do you?
I don't.
No.
Well,
who does?
Tee-hee. Who knows?
Oh. Why would it be a secret?
Why is anything a secret?
Nice. Great response.
Because you don't
Doug's
want
on his heels now.
You don't want people
get
to know
existential.
things?
What's up?
You asked me why you would keep a secret. It's because something is private or you don't want everyone to know things?
Yeah,
What do you care about it? Some Instagram funny post.
Pretty transparent about everything else in this little world we have here. So, a secret never hurts anybody.
Okay. Well, all right. That's how you're going to play it.
Yeah, it is interesting.
Yeah, very odd.
314-252-0029 is how you can call or text the C-Suite. Or just go online and go shopping at StLouisAcura.com or AltonToyota.com. You got to get your car service. Go to Munganess, St. Louis Acura, Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. And you hear Munganess, you go, there's Munganess all over the place. We're talking Munganess, St. Louis Acura, and Munganess, Burkhardt, Alton Toyota. That's what we're supporting on this program. Lake Taneycomo's not at the Lake of the Ozarks, you idiot.
Oh.
That's from the 314.
No, it's farther south. It's down there by Branson, right?
I consider
Taneycomo?
part of the Ozarks.
There you go.
Okay. But the Lake of the Ozarks is different than Taneycomo and Table Rock.
Yes, but that area is called the Ozarks.
Yeah,
so I just call
Ozark
it Lake
Mountain.
of the Ozarks. I'm sorry, going on to Taneycomo in the Ozarks.
Okay.
Or I shouldn't put the lake on there, sorry.
Ken thinking the Ozarks is a desirable place to be, let alone live, just proves the Hoosierdom yet again. That's from Turfus Parish.
Dave Duncan has a house down there.
How about that?
He could live anywhere he wants. He lives in the Ozarks.
Yeah, there's a lot of people could live anywhere they want down there. There's some big money there.
Built a house up on the hill overlooking the lake.
Taneycomo's a hotbed of Hoosiers, you fool!
Oh.
Harrison's brother Master is upset about it now.
Well, it's funny because when I worked in Springfield, almost every day in the spring and the summer, I'd get done about 2 o'clock. I had my rod, my waders in the trunk, and I would just drive to Taneycomo, about 40 minutes away. And I didn't see anybody. I didn't see Hoosiers. I didn't see anybody. I'm in a stream by myself, fishing, sun's going down, it's beautiful. Didn't see a lot of Hoosiers. Saw a lot of bluffs, a lot of water.
Any vistas?
No Hoosiers.
If you're not seeing any other Hoosiers, is it possible that you are the Hoosier?
Trout fishing is a Hoosier?
It could be.
Yeah, people are dolts.
There could be some C-Sweeters down there. Jackson, I think Ladue High should change their name from Rams to the C-Sweeters.
I like that. Yeah. Horton Watkins Sea Sweeters.
Yeah. Or just the private equity club.
The Ozarks is a safe haven for those who want to fool around with a few family members and skirt Johnny Law. That's their tourism message? It's from glove blogger Tom Traven.
They never find me down here.
So you skirt Johnny Law. You might be trying to skirt it with an IRS problem, but we got a guy who can help you.
Yeah, we do.
And his name is Mark Milton, and you'll be screaming, "I'm not guilty, I'm with Milty." If you're sideways with the IRS for any reason, unfiled tax returns, tax liens, bank levies, wage garnishments keeping you up at night, that kind of thing, maybe you're even facing criminal investigation, Mark Milton is the guy you need to talk to. Is the STL tax lawyer. In fact, that's his website, stltaxlawyer.com. He provides a local and holistic approach to tax resolution. Don't be sucked in to the out-of-town tax resolution groups you hear on TV and the radio. They're not here to help you locally like Mark Milton is. He's been around St. Louis for many years now, got a lot of great contacts, fantastic guy. He's just at the top of this business. He was once the DOJ's Outstanding Trial Attorney Award winner. He now helps individuals and small businesses solve their tax problems, and you can scream from Taneycomo or wherever whose your ass is.
Oh, my God!
I'm not guilty! I'm with Milty. You have IRS problems, contact Mark Milton at stltaxlawyer.com. Remember, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on adverts.
Stunning moment.
Sorry, I just got upset there for a moment. I lost my cool. I shouldn't have. I told myself I wouldn't.
JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Jeff Lotman was in studio yesterday, and he was walking out, and I said, "You know, I'm looking for a house."
Yeah. First, you brush the side of your face, and what signal is that? Like, don't brush me off?
That I'm just in deep thought.
Okay.
And I said, I mean, I can't find anything. We can't find a damn thing.
Yeah.
And he said
the same thing, brushed his cheek.
Said Talio's a pimp.
I know a couple of potential places. I said, all right, I'm interested. I'm interested to see. Not even 6 hours later, I get a text from him, and he tells me of a couple of places. I said, well, can you send me the link on the MLS?
Mm-hmm.
They're not there.
Oh, that's how secret they are.
This is a potential opportunity.
Yeah.
That's the kind of stuff. I'm Gordon Gecko. He's Bud Fox.
Yeah.
I don't need your advice, Jeff.
Yeah.
Not at this point with my wealth.
No.
I need your information.
Oh.
And if you don't have information, and if you're not willing to go out there and get it for me, then we don't have time.
Right.
Then we just don't have the time. So that's what Jeff Lotman does. He knows the market because now he's in his 25th year in St. Louis. And
he sold the most expensive house ever in St. Louis.
He's got connections. So when he knows that somebody's thinking about selling their house, especially in a competitive market, at least, for some of these houses that Jeff is aware of, well, then that can be helpful. That can be very helpful. And then he's with Compass Realty, and they're global. So if you have somebody who is looking to buy your home, to be working with Compass when you're selling your home, there you go. You're working with one of the best, both in the real estate agency business, but also the real estate agent himself. He's online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com. Yep, that's Jeff Lotman.
Now, this house that you'll be buying, will that surpass the old record for most expensive house in St. Louis? Or will someone just kind of give them their house because they're happy that you'll be the one moving into it?
Boy, that is tough. I don't know. Because that house was, what did it sell for, 39 million?
Something like that, yeah.
I guess it's possible we bid 33 on it.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know where they're going to come back. So
I have a carport.
Yeah.
So if they come back and they're willing to put a carport in, I might be willing to go to 36.
Not just by Edmund's house.
Yeah, there's a lot there.
Yeah.
You need that kind of room.
There's a very limited number of potential buyers for that fine property.
But still,
in which his kids would drive bikes back and forth from the north end to the south end because there was so much room.
Even if you have a 6-car garage, you're still going to want the carport.
I think the carport is like a gold chain. It shows wealth and class.
Yeah. And it allows a lot of airflow.
Correct.
You can put some tools out there, maybe a hoe.
Opulence.
Oh, man, hose.
I'd see a carport, I think opulence.
Yeah.
A lot of carports in your classmates there at Horton Watkins C-Suites?
A couple in Olivet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, a handful.
You didn't have one at home, did you?
No.
Not with your pool?
No, we had the garage.
Yeah.
The cat shamed me for having a carport in my neighborhood. I mean, he shamed me. It was a commercial break, and my area where we live, Doug, it looked like the old mist was flowing down the road.
Right.
And I said, take a look at what was going on last night. Cat couldn't have cared any less about the water. He cared about the carport that was off in the distance.
Mm-hmm.
You have a carport in your neighborhood? And I just feel like the respect level changed right there.
Like you could control that.
Well, it's just you don't buy in that.
Yeah, you don't get there in the first place.
It was an eye-opening moment.
Yeah.
It's kind of like when those two guys were in there making a collection for an envelope, and they saw Vito with the assless chaps on.
Village People outfit.
Yeah, and just like that.
Yeah.
You don't own assless chaps yourself, do you?
I'm not here to talk about the past. Steroids is bad.
Okay. Yeah.
Doug, I'm lactating. Thanks.
Ho. That comes from Bob Wagon.
Okay. The hoe can be an important garden tool. It kind of, in many ways, has been displaced by the garden weasel.
Oh, yeah. Hank Kingsley had that.
Yeah.
I know.
You can chew up some weeds with that garden weasel.
Sharon and Clayton coming over the top now on the Lake of the Ozarks. What a moment.
What's she saying?
Should be called Skank of the Ozarks.
No.
It's a man-made mud hole. Sharon and Clayton.
Hell yeah.
It is man-made. And in some sense, it's a mud hole.
Sharon and Clayton, you just buy yourself some points.
So now you're on board with Sharon and Clayton because of her attack on the Lake of the Ozarks.
She's got the right mindset.
She called the lake a mud hole.
No doubt.
Have you been there lately?
Exactly.
Have you ever been?
Yes. You consider Table Rock?
No, Lake of the Ozarks.
So Table Rock doesn't count?
No.
All right, then 2 years ago.
Okay.
Tim, if you'd like, you can move into my family's new home, and I will continue to pay the mortgage. Just to know you're living in something I pay for is enough to get me there. That's from Danny Tanner. Doug, all chaps are assless. Thanks, Phil the Peacock.
Are they really?
Yeah, it's PHYL, by the way.
I guess when you don't wear pants under the chaps, they then become assless. Because you're supposed to wear chaps over a pair of dungarees, full circle.
Why would you wear chaps in the first place? Are they
protect you probably from horseback? Maybe some with horseback.
Marry me, Sharon. That's from Chris Raby. He just proposed to Sharon and Clayton after the Lake of the Ozarks text.
Yeah, because of the mud hole comment. Well, I would think if you want protection on your pants, you would go ahead and have the ass sewn into the chaps proper.
I've got spurs that jingle, jangle, jingle, yeah, 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 yeah. As I go riding merrily along, yeah, 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 yeah. Yeah, that was a good tune back then.
Guys, Sharon just won the Milagro Tequila Listener of the Month. That's from the Total Package.
Strong start.
Chaps are for easy access. That's from Bob Wagon. Is that why guys wear those?
I thought it was to protect your pants when you're riding a horse.
I trust someone named Bob Wagon.
I agree with that.
Do you?
Yeah.
His brother Chuck Wagon, together they would know a lot about horses.
He's probably Boomer Schooner.
I'm sorry, but no one in Clayton should be looking down on anybody. You think you're a city girl, but really you live in a washed-up midtown that's lost most of its large companies and has a glut of vacant Class B office built in the 80s with no amenities and no future CapEx planned. Bye! That's from Mr. Lack.
Well, if Clayton isn't nice, then we got nothing.
Yeah.
We got like 3 municipalities.
Last hope, pretty much.
Mr. Licks just crapped on Clayton because of the Class B office.
With no amenities.
You wear assless chaps so that the other cowpokes can enter you with less impedance. That's from a gaping stepdad.
Don't say less impedance. There has to be some chaps that come with an ass.
Clip that off.
There has to be.
I'm looking up chaps.
Like a full leather.
Yeah,
pair
they're
of
like
pants.
waiters. They're like waiters.
Yeah.
But they seem crotchless. Like the one I'm looking at might have an ass, but they're certainly crotchless.
I got my first STD at the Lake of the Ozarks of Shooters 21. This is a live read. That's from Doug's Prison Wallet. He monitors the TMA social media.
First one down there.
The ultimate sign of wealth is an above-ground pool that you then also build a deck to have next to it to blend in better, even though it's still Hoosier soup receptacle, making your insurance go up. That's from Carlos Spicer.
Oh, here's some. The term assless chaps is a tautology, meaning that it repeats an idea using synonymous morphemes, words or phrases, effectively saying the same thing twice. So all chaps are assless.
They are?
Yes.
That's what makes them chaps.
Right. Because they're not meant to be worn with just, your skin beneath.
How about this? What an alliance. Kevin at the Lake of the Ozarks, and he's sending in pictures to show us how nice it is, says, "Go Mr. Licks." So Mr. Licks has an alliance with Kevin at the Lake. And I guess their alliance is the enemy of my enemy is my friend. Kevin at the Lake is not happy with Sharon and Clayton, and Mr. Licks just attacked Sharon and Clayton. But the question is, will Mr. Licks want to be allied with Kevin at the Lake?
Yeah, if he hates Clayton, maybe he likes the mud hole that is the Lake of the Ozarks, according to Sharon and Clayton.
And she calls it Skank of the Ozarks.
It is man-made, though, to prevent flooding. I wish we had a Lake of the Ozarks type of thing here outside St. Louis. Prevent some of the flooding.
Rivers of Pear.
No, they tried to do that back in the 70s.
And with the water spouts,
shut
it down?
The environmentalists shut it down. There was some animal that was going to be a
little gerbil?
It wasn't a gerbil, no. Speaking of that,
Mountain City gerbil.
I spent about an hour fishing with my son yesterday
Did you really?
At Watson Trails Park there in
Nice.
Sunset Hills, and an otter came up out of the pond.
Holy crap.
An otter.
Missouri River Otters. That was a hockey team. UHL?
It was a hockey team. I didn't think we had otters and ponds in Sunset Hills. There he was.
Was it just one, or was there like a family?
I just saw one.
Sure.
There's probably 2 or 3. But
Cute animal.
Yeah. I'd never seen that before.
Yeah.
Mr. Licks has issued whether or not he will be in an alliance with Kevin at the Lake, and it doesn't look good. Sorry, Kev, but I do not form alliances with lake people. If I'm on a beach, it better be the Pacific or Atlantic. That's from Mr. Licks. So I guess he will not be.
That covers most of the beaches, doesn't it?
Kind of took a shot at the Indian Ocean, Native American Ocean. But
yeah.
Other than that, yeah, Atlantic and Pacific's going to get you a lot of...
Yeah, get you Asia,
covers
North
most
America,
of the globe.
South America. Yeah.
Not the Arctic, though.
No.
Arctic beaches.
Do they have beaches in the Arctic?
No.
Show prep.
Coastlines, I guess.
Yeah. But the Arctic isn't a continent either. Antarctica is.
But no, the Arctic Sea is.
No.
Good morning. Growing up in South City, we had a quote-unquote pool. Years later, I was at a buddy's farm and realized that our steel swimming oasis was normally used to provide water to livestock. It was a hard day. Doug, that's from Arbor Day, with a tale from his childhood.
Yeah.
Yeah, those are the pools I swam in as a tyke. I'm like, man, they got a pool. And I'd say to my dad,
Do they really
"Hey,
have
can
some
we-"
of those?
Oh, God, yeah. That's what I swam in growing up.
Livestock troughs?
Those aluminum thing, absolutely.
my.
You think we had in-ground pools in my neighborhood?
Well, I don't know. Maybe.
The answer is no.
Still no? Are there some there now?
Probably not, because the lots are not large enough.
And everyone you'd be on full display.
And I remember trying to convince my father that we should get one of those pools.
Mm-hmm.
Timmy, we're not putting one of those in the backyard. Damn it, Missy. Tell him to stop asking for this crap. That's what it was. So it never really gained a lot of traction.
How many people could fit in one of these troughs?
Well, what we would do, and I'm sure you did this too in Kirkwood, is we would form a whirlpool. So we would all go running around in our pool, and then it would create like a hurricane effect of the water traveling rapidly.
No.
And then we would be carried by the current that we had formed. And this is how we filled our time on the south side.
Yeah.
And then the St. Gabriel School picnic.
Yeah, the two things you had.
Wash U's right down the street from me. Walking my dogs on their campus right now. Go hitch up your Sea-Doo to your Dodge Stratus and start planning your excuse to get off early and head south with the rest of the Hoosiers this weekend. That's Sharon and Clayton. And I don't know what happened here, but
really
Sharon
fancy.
and Clayton is on one.
Fire right, Mr. Licks.
That was at Mr. Licks?
100%. 100%.
You think Mr. Licks is heading to the lake? He just said the only beach he goes to is the Atlantic or Pacific beaches.
I would say for all of Licks's trials and tribulations, I do not think he'll be heading to the lake.
Licks is right. The only beach he frequents is Myrtle Beach, also known as the Silver Dollar City of the Atlantic Seaboard. This guy's a fraud!
Oh.
Some little Tommy Tribbins, and he's at war with Mr. Licks.
Now they don't like Silver Dollar City.
I love Myrtle Beach.
How about Silver Dollar City?
Don't know if I've ever been.
Oh, you've never seen a glass blower?
I don't think so.
Blacksmith?
That's my knowledge. Definitely been to Myrtle Beach, though. That's a cool place.
Oh. Not as cool as Silver Dollar City.
Shepherd of the Hills.
Right.
Oh.
Right across the street. Huh.
I grew up in Fenton, and we grew up with galvanized horse trough swimming pools, and boy, did my friends think it was just old money. It's from the 314.
Did you put anything in there to keep it clean? Did they put chlorine and stuff in there?
No.
They just dump it out and bring out the hose the next time it's time to swim?
I don't think you dump it out. I think it sits there for the whole summer.
Wasn't it just hip high? Like the water.
Well, for me, it was over my head.
Right.
Like for everybody else, I was hip high.
Drowning.
I was drowning. There was a lifeguard there anytime I got in. Yeah, that whirlpool, I was like in the Pacific and Hawaii surfing with those kind of waves.
Yeah.
But everybody else just standing there watching me get taken out. Look at this breaker.
And for the most part, it just sits there and the water gathers and the mosquitoes breed and everything else?
That's right.
The frogs get in there?
With the brine from the St. Gabriel schoolboys.
Oh.
Congrats, you
Tough
walked by a private school attended by Northeasterners who can't get into a real Ivy. That's from Mr. Licks responding to Sharon and Clayton.
Yeah.
And the Sharon and Clayton Mr. Licks war is underway.
She won't like that comment, I don't think.
So does that mean the Warson Woods Wacko is now in alliance with Sharon and Clayton?
I think so.
And Mr. Licks is in an alliance with Kevin at the Lake, but he has announced that he won't be in an alliance with him? I can't follow all of these factions.
Right. Now he's shaming people who live in some of the wealthiest parts of the town, walking around Wash U.
But he's saying it's a school for Northeasterners who couldn't get into a real Ivy League school.
You think that's true? Probably.
There's a touch of that.
Yeah.
It's not like necessarily can't get in.
So if you grew up in Manhattan,
Sure.
and your family's got some cash,
Yeah.
Wash U's kind of like the Vianney of universities, all due respect.
Oh, gosh.
You can put it as your second choice. Again, all due respect.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, there's a ton of international students at WashU,
Yeah.
as are a lot of these super highly, big academic schools are very internationally based. But yeah, there's a touch of the Northeastern who, I mean, my mom from Long Island came to WashU.
Oh, so this is hitting close to home, Mr. Licks.
Yeah, it was a decent time ago, so I don't know.
Those foreign students pay the full tuition, too. That's why they let so many of them in.
Yeah. Yeah, the full probably 65, 70 grand.
70 something
Yeah.
now.
Warsowitz Wacko has announced he is not in an alliance with Sharon and Clayton. Sharon sounds like the type of woman with a short haircut and loves Tim Walz. She is a butch. That's from the Warsowitz Wacko. So it looks like maybe Mr. Licks and Warsowitz Wacko are in an alliance now.
Not a butch. I've met Sharon and Clayton in a Blues game. It's far from being a butch. Lipstick? I don't know. But not a bitch. A butch.
10 out of 10.
Sorry, Sharon.
No notes.
If your country club membership initiation is less than $100K, you're essentially just joining the YMCA. That's from the self-made stay-at-home Ladue mom. Doug, why did the wealthy in St. Louis find HD2 radio?
I don't know.
It's refreshing to see rich white women.
It is. Aren't most country clubs less than 100,000 in St. Louis? There's probably 3 or 4 that are more.
Nice, acting like you don't know.
Yeah, I know, exactly. Feign relatability. We see through it.
Well, I would assume Old Warson, St. Louis, and Belle Reve might be over 100. I don't know if there's any others that are over 100.
I think I could come to the
Club?
table with $500,000 as an initiation offer to the people at St. Louis, and I don't think I'm getting in.
No, probably not. Because of that horse trough you used to
That was
swim
the
in.
issue. I think that's actually on the application. Did you ever swim in a horse trough as a youth? Tim, we would do the same thing during the summer months. Only difference is the galvanized tank would only serve as a kid pool for a short period of time, and then it would be moved to the cow pasture. It's refreshing to share the same type of experience with you. Speaking of sharing experiences, are you busy tomorrow evening? We are looking to go out tomorrow and have a taste. Thanks. That's from Scott's Wrinkled Ballsack, but not his wife.
No, wasn't his wife at all. So you're going to meet up with him?
I always feel like it's him propositioning me.
Mm-hmm.
And that just doesn't ring as true as if it were her.
Oh.
You know what I mean?
Well,
I feel like I might show up and kind of like the guy who drove to Chesterfield and realized it was a gentleman offering him oral and just went through with it.
Right.
That's what would happen if I went to the Peninsula.
Too late to turn back. Stupidest story I've ever heard in my life. And we were all just supposed to believe it. Reported in the newspaper and everywhere else. Like, sure, this happened. Sure, it did.
I've been heterosexual all my life, but this guy lured me here. Oops, I guess I'm gay now.
You see that? Yeah, that was the conclusion I drew. I didn't buy it, not for a second.
Thanks, Doug. Hoping to see you at a Blues game soon. Sharon and Clayton.
Sharon and Clayton. She and her husband, I believe, are season ticket holders.
So many wars, and they're all moneyed wars in our audience.
Yeah. Well, this is where the well-heeled go to bicker.
I'll be your bitch, Doug. That's from Bob Wagon.
Oh, okay, Bob.
Doug, we didn't change the water. By August, we were all swimming in a Lee May Arnold Palmer of urine and water. Good times. That's from Arbor Day.
It didn't have a drain. After a few days, you just didn't, because I'm sure there were sticks and leaves and squirrel droppings and worms and everything else in there, right? That's what gets into a pool. Flies.
But we didn't have a choice. If we wanted to swim, that's what we had.
Okay, so drain the water every now and again. And
It's
get
not my pool, bro. We couldn't afford one of those things.
So you happily jump back in there?
We didn't know any better.
Oh.
And then we would make the little whirlpool. It was wonderful.
And that made everything
and for
go
me,
away.
it's like, I'm in the Pacific.
Yeah.
You have to have an imagination.
Them, the wealthy Cottovillians are very snobby at Persimmon Woods. That's from Snoozy.
Ooh, I like that name.
The wealthy Cottovillians are very snobby at Persimmon Woods. So people who have money join Persimmon Woods? Is that what Snoozy's saying?
It's
a great golf course, by the way.
Yeah, I played it. It's out there by somewhat close to Cottleville, right?
Close to Missouri Bluffs, right? Right by the research park.
It's on the north side.
Yeah. It's on the north side.
Tim, can you create a poll? If you live in St. Louis, have you watched an entire NBA game in the last 5 years? Thanks. That's from Harrison's brother, Master. Looks like he wants to come after you now, Jackson.
Yeah, this guy.
An entire game? I don't know the last time I watched an entire game. I've seen parts of playoff games. But to sit through the entire game, it's been a while for me.
So, Jackson, you're going to send that poll out?
I have no interest in that nonsense. Dumb commentary from a dumb texter.
Oh.
Wealthy people in Cottleville. Such an oxymoron. That's from the self-made stay-at-home Ladue mom. And just no one is in an alliance today. It's every man and woman for himself.
Well, we're getting close to the weekend, and people have had it at work. retired. I'm wondering if we could somehow acquire one of these horse trough swimming pools, just like the one Tim grew up in. And,
that's right.
And auction it off or something.
I was looking up some pricing. Looks like it can be done.
How much are they?
I saw a nice one for about $300-400.
Ooh, layaway season.
I got a little one-seater in my backyard.
Have you really?
Yep.
One-seater.
You cold tub in that one though, right?
I used to.
Yeah.
You gave that up?
Yeah, I haven't done it in a while. Now I'm sure my neighbors love just seeing an empty trough in the backyard.
Like you have horses.
Well, it's South City though, right?
Oh! If you're snobby at Persimmon Woods, you're probably the type of person who sends food back at Red Robin because they didn't cook it right. That's from Mr. Links.
That probably happens.
Bottomless fries, though.
Yeah, and bottomless broccoli, if you'd like that. They'll give that to you.
Are we losing sight that with Tim's sweaty, dirty water swimming story that we forget how dirt poor one of the members of the dais was that he ate mud pies? Mud pies. I don't know what that has. I don't understand. What are mud pies? And I don't think I ever talked about eating mud pies.
No, I think Iggy did at one point.
Oh.
Those kids.
That's the end of the story.
Well, as kids, you made mud pies. I don't think we ate them. All this peeing in the pools got to go to the bathroom.
Oh, no.
Cottleville's a bigger cult than Newtown with a dash of Swing Haven mixed in. That's from our social media correspondent, Doug's Prison Wallet.
Okay. Taking shots at Cottleville.
Cottleville,
Webster.
Cottleville, Webster Grove
They've
thing.
had something going a long time. Yeah.
It's hot. God, there's so many wars on this show. All right, it's 8:32. Iggy has to piss, so we'll wrap up the Munganess St. Louis Acura, Munganess Burkhardt Alton Toyota, 7 o'clock hour drops of the week. When we come back, this is TMA, presented to you by Brown & Crouppen.
KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
Craving a fiesta for your taste buds? Welcome to Rosalita's Cantina, your ultimate Tex-Mex getaway. Indulge in their mouth-watering tacos, queso-smothered burritos, and the best chips and salsa imaginable. Dine in on their beautiful patio, majestic bar, elegant dining hall, or grab it to go. And don't forget to check out their location at Enterprise Center. No game or concert is complete without nachos and a margarita. Rosalita's Cantina, where the sunshine never ends. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com. Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's Private Exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With Private Exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass Private Exclusives, because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent, today to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
Listeners ought to check out Collier & Thompson, support the sponsors, and have the best contractors in St. Louis work on your kitchen remodel, if that's what you want, or bathroom remodel, basement, wine room, whatever. Collier & Thompson does it all, and these are people that you can trust. They have an A-plus rating with the Better Business Bureau. That's not always that common for people in this line of work. They won a Torch Award for Ethics from the Better Business Bureau. Collier & Thompson on Manchester and Baldwin, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier & Thompson, come home to quality. Online at collierandthompson.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
If you're seriously hurt in an accident, you'll want all the money you deserve. That's called justice. But there wouldn't be lawyers if justice was easy. No, justice is not easy. It's fought for and it's won. At Brown & Crouppen, we fight for justice every day. If you want some, call 222-2222. Because at Brown & Crouppen, justice is our business.
Hustle and Heart Sports Performance is the one-stop shop for St. Louis area football-specific and athletic training located in O'Fallon, Missouri. Hustle and Heart utilizes the top trainers in St. Louis, led by its owner, 8-year NFL vet Pierre Desir. We have a 40-yard turf field, college-style weight room, red light sauna, and a state-of-the-art recovery room to service all of your athletes' needs. For more info, check out hustleandheartsportsperformance.com or call Dustin at 314-440-8457.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hanna with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and does not provide tax advice.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan, and I am here with James Carlton of the Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency. James, I love getting emails from listeners who support the sponsors. Got one from a client of yours who switched, and you immediately saved him $1,000, and it meant the world to him.
The area that we're really having an impact on people's finances are people with drivers under the age of 25. We're seeing material savings for these types of clients, hundreds, if not even thousands of dollars per year.
James Carlton, Carlton State Farm Insurance Agency, 314-961-4800, or go online at carltoninsurance.net.
This is Eric Conley, the founder of Illinois Recovery Center. At Illinois Recovery Center, our substance abuse treatment goes beyond mere recovery. It's about reclaiming lives filled with purpose, joy, and connection. Our dedicated facility is more than just a place of healing. It's a beacon of hope for individuals seeking to reintegrate into society and thrive in their work, family, and community roles. Our team is ready to help. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Biggie's Restaurant and Bar has been a staple of the community for over 30 years and is serving your favorites like the steak sandwich, waffle fries, and so much more. It's not just the food that's rocking. With a full bar and patio, Biggie's is the perfect spot for lunch, dinner, and a little laughter. Biggie's original hours are back. Open 11 a.m. till midnight, Wednesday, Thursday, and Sunday. And 11 a.m. till 1 a.m. on Friday and Saturday. Check out the full menu at BiggiesRestaurant.com and stop in today.
When you're high, you feel different. You think different, you talk different, you draw different, you listen to music different, but you probably knew that. Problem is, you also drive different, and not in a good way. That's why driving high is illegal everywhere. So if you're high, just don't drive. Make a plan to get a sober ride. Because if you feel different, you drive different. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
Want to take on some legends of TMA?
Sound the same to someone who gives a damn about the best fans in baseball! Tired of it!
The show's so great. Will there be a little speaker system out behind the dumpster so in case you're servicing me, I'll be able to hear my name?
Then nominate yourself to be this month's TMA Listener of the Month. And if you win, you'll get recognition and other stuff. Sometimes all you have to do to win the prize is be a female.
All it takes is one fake girl to just throw this show completely off course.
Give us your name, a photo, and other pertinent information at TMASTL.com. The TMA Listener of the Month Club, quenched by Milagro Tequila. Welcome to a brighter side of tequila with Milagro. Find out more at TMASTL.com. Hey, if you like the morning after, check out Balloon Party on 101 ESPN. HD1, by the way. It's sports talk with Tim McKernan and Action Jackson from 10 a.m. to 11 a.m. each weekday, right after the morning after. It's the worst named show in the history of radio, but the content's pretty good, so check it out on 101 ESPN or get the podcast on the TMA app. Tim, Doug, Iggy, Action Jackson.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After. 105.7 HD2.
'91. Okay, here's the calculation I'm doing right now. What is less likely, 90 or 93?
I don't know.
Because that's what's going to determine whether I go 91 or 92. 90, I think, is less likely. 90's less likely, you think? Yeah, I think so. I don't even know what song that is.
I mean, I'm pretty sure it's 91 or 92. I'm just trying to... You think 90's less likely?
I think 92 is the guess.
All right, I'm going to go with Iggy. I'm going to trust Iggy.
Right.
Chairman?
My bad. His mic's on.
Chairman?
91.
So we got it. We got home. We got home.
Okay.
It was in the Mighty Ducks film.
And that was where Katie Woo was?
Woo, woo, woo. Katie Woo.
Is that where she got her start?
That's correct. Snoozy says 91.
Oh, thanks. We just said that.
It's TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. Welcome, friends, to the Fisher Window and Door Store 8 o'clock hour. Timothy Michael McKernan, Douglas Elvin Vaughn, Kenneth Eggy Strode, Jackson Bennett Burkett, Chairman Kurt with you here on the program. And we welcome you to participate by calling into the Collier and Thompson phone lines, by texting into the Schaefer Door Company text inbox, and by emailing in for our design, air, heating, and cooling email today. JV Golf Coach and Buck Swope. Well, they're tied at 2 apiece in October as we approach the midpoint of the month. Coach Steve, the ghost of Gangster Pete's hat, Brian Henson, and Champagne Jesus all have a win in the month of October. So this is a really fun month. Great competition. Blues are off to a 2-0 start with a Jim Dandy of a comeback last night in Silicon Valley. How do you do?
I'm fine. And so's our note.
Plus 165 tonight if you want to throw 100 on it, Doug, and the Blues go into VGK and win. Okay. Why, they have rewarded you with $165. Now, if you're like, it's the end of a road trip, West Coast, they haven't really looked that good, fallen behind in these first 2 games, VGK is going to be ready. VGK is going to ship them probably to the tune of 5 to, what do you think, 5 to 1?
I don't know. No, I think
you're going to have to pay
the Blues
$190.
will win.
Oh, my gosh.
They got Benner back in goal. They're hot. They're feeling good, confident.
God, it'd be nice if they could start the season 3-0. Get people
have a
going.
perfect road trip. Perfect road trip.
I'll take Vegas for a milkshake. We're back to even. You beat me the other day.
Okay, I'll do this. Yeah. I'll do it.
Right. Doug, you should get 1.65 milkshakes in return. I'm just telling you how this works.
Fine, even up.
That's not great negotiating.
I don't care. I like the confidence this club is playing with. I wish Bannister would get him better prepared for that second period. Put some meat in that donut hole.
Clip that off.
I have no idea what that means.
How about if I also bet a milkshake? I will give you Massachusetts and 39.5 points. That's about 12 over what they are.
Oh, I don't think Missouri will win by that much.
Well, then there you go. Oh.
All right,
then you get UMass. That's good. That's what the offer is, right?
Yeah.
You're getting Missouri minus 40.
I'll give you Mizzou, or I'll give you UMass plus 39.5 points.
Well, I've never seen UMass play, so I have no clue just how horrible they are. I'll say no to that one because I don't know just how horrible they are.
17,000 people is what it holds.
Yeah. That's if it's a sellout.
So they must be pretty horrible. Why do they hate college football in Massachusetts?
Well, this time of the year, they're all looking at leaves.
No, they're not looking at leaves.
They love Lou Rowe. They love Marcus Camby. They love John Calipari. And Chairman Kurt, you pulled audio from a podcast in which they're breaking down the Missouri UMass game?
Indeed.
What podcast?
College Football Inquirer.
God, I listen to so many college football podcasts. I've never heard of that one. Is it a good one?
A listener tagged us in it on Twitter. So
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, let's take a listen.
Hit the lever. Hit the lever, pal.
That has Missouri visiting the Amherst Junkyard. Missouri at UMass. They have a 2-for-1. They played in like 2018, and then next year UMass has to visit Missouri. And schools used to do these, and you'd save money by doing this. Missouri could have bought the game out for $1 million and said, we're just not going to Amherst. Instead, they want to see the foliage. It is beautiful in the Pioneer Valley.
They want to see the junkyard, man.
They want to see the junkyard.
Stadium.
Famously declared the worst football stadium in college football last summer. It was the most attention UMass had gotten. I think they should embrace it was called the junkyard. They should embrace the junkyard. You should get a jalopy in the corner. They should have like pits of fire. Games expected to sell out 17,000.
That's a sellout.
Diag Partners, Custom Staffing Solutions Stat of the Week. Diag Partners, my friends at Diag Partners that don't give us anything for this bit. Comes from Eli Hoff at the St. Louis Post-Dispatch. You want a great stat? This will be the largest, I don't know, how does he phrase it? Greatest change in attendance potentially in college football history between one week to the next, but certainly in the history of the University of Missouri. Last week, they played at A&M. 97,049 is the official capacity of the Texas A&M at Kyle Field. UMass is 17,000, so an 80,000 fan difference. A stat that I didn't know existed.
Well, it's a good one, though.
It is quite a statistic, and I appreciate those guys, and now I'll subscribe to their podcast because they acknowledge that Missouri's going up there to see the fall foliage.
They're not.
Can't wait to hear the Colonel ask that question.
This leaf thing it's a scam. They have leaves everywhere. There's no reason in the world why the leaves are any better in Massachusetts than they are in Missouri.
Well, then why is Missouri playing at UMass? Is there any other reason other than the foliage?
To get an easy W.
Oh! The one part about the podcast that I don't believe is accurate, because this was something that there's a listener of the program who actually has ties to this situation, for lack of a better term, and was keeping me updated on how both the schools were Missouri was trying to get out of it, and then UMass knew they had the upper hand, kind of like you did at plus 165 with the Blues, and just let it go. That they couldn't get another team and another location agreed upon because Missouri was just like, we got to get out of this. I think mainly because it's embarrassing, and it calls attention. Like if this were going on in the first week of the season, it'd be weird they're going there. But this is what most schools do in the first week or two of the season. The issue is it's happening in mid-October. And Missouri now is coming off of a bad loss. A&M's a good team, but the way it went down was not competitive. And so the attention given is what kind of school and what kind of athletics department sends their SEC football team to Amherst, Massachusetts, right in the middle of the conference schedule. They usually do this stuff at the beginning of the season, at home, and then in late November before they play their rivalry game. And so it's getting quite a bit of attention. And of course, the answer is fall foliage. You do this in September, the leaves haven't turned.
No.
You do this in November, the leaves are off the trees. The sweet spot that Jim Sturck determined was mid-October. Sure, it might look a little strange to novices, but we know we're going to see fall foliage.
I think Barry Odom came to Sturck and said, get me a win somewhere. I don't care where it is or when it is. Get me a W. I want this job and I want to keep it. And I'm not sure I can do it playing against reasonable foes. So Sturck said, aye, aye, Captain. Made the
Later on in the fall time.
I don't think it has anything at all to do with leaves.
Now, I saw a commercial the other night on TV where Arkansas Tourism Board was promoting their fall foliage.
Take that, Doug.
It's because everybody has it.
They had
almost everybody but Florida could say, come look at our leaves. Any other state could probably say, come and look at our leaves.
Some are prettier than others.
Think about that.
I don't think so.
My leaves are turning at my house, right in the...
You ought to do an ad.
Parking lot is
Sorry,
orange.
you have a lot of vacationers setting up
well,
their
it's
tents
There's
outside?
an SEC program playing in the lot.
It's the tree right over the stockpile of furniture from apartments.
People throwing away their furniture?
Well, they're leaving it in there, and the maintenance guys are just piling it up over there. That's where the mattress sales come from.
Anything you can use?
No, I don't want any of that crap.
Oh.
Guys, at least the wide receivers are going to be able to hear Brady Cook. It's for the total package.
Yeah, they should be.
Let me see what my high school bookie has this thing listed at. I really do. I really like it, Doug.
27 is the...
But I really liked Missouri against A&M. Maybe I need to pause. 27.5, so the
hook
guy who goes to Chaminade has it at. Minus 8,000 on the money line, so I got to lay 8,000 down to win 100. You like that?
No, I wouldn't do that. Not worth your effort.
I got to stop talking about what I like on the air because my bookie listens to the show, and I love Missouri this week at 29.5, and I call him, we got Missouri, minus 36. What?
Oh, you're changing the lines just by...
Because he hears what I like, so he changes the lines on me.
You move markets.
I move this guy.
Doing all your exposure.
Yeah. Well, this guy, I'm probably the only guy who still bets with him.
At Cable America.
So you're considered a savvy tout?
No, not really.
Well, if you're moving the lines...
Well, I moved it on him because he listens to the show and he knows what I want to bet, so he just changes the line on me. I said, well, go ahead, I'll take that. Then I'll find another bookie that's got the regular spread and I'll try to middle it.
Well, don't take it from this guy then.
I like middling games if I can. Worse you lose the juice.
This is all just not true. It's from Tervis Parish. I don't know what's not true, but Tervis Parish says it's all not true.
That is true. You know nothing about me then if you don't think I have a bookie.
But the idea that they would move 8 points just because you might put $20 on it.
I was exaggerating the
a little bit of
point.
embellishment. That's all right. It's all right.
Point. But he does move the line on me. He changes it.
Doug, good news. We've got a sponsor on the email of the day, and it's Design Air Heating and Cooling email of the day, and that sets the stage for a Jim Dandy coming up at 9:50. Then Jackson and I go down the hallway, and we'll be fine. Gabe's going to join us to talk foliage at 10:15. I don't even think he will give an effort to fake interest in tomorrow's festivities that somehow ESPN2 has to carry.
Oh, right.
My God.
I mean, the 11 a.m. slate is not bare. You know, there's other.
What's the 11 o'clock SEC game?
It's Alabama, game? South Carolina.
And that's in Tuscaloosa?
Right, then, yeah. That's on ABC.
I mean, what would it be like for real? Just for the sake of it. I mean, again, Missouri's minus 8,000 if Missouri lost to UMass. Jackson, I want you to picture a world in which that happens.
It's sky is falling. I mean, seriously? They lose to UMass? That's the worst opponent on their schedule.
Well, I don't know. I mean,
Buffalo blew them out.
I understand, but they played some, what was that, Murray State?
Murray State? Yeah, okay, Bud tied for first.
Yeah. But, I mean, UMass has a little more connotation. You know what you got with Murray State, so to speak,
Ja,
exactly. I mean, can you imagine?
Yeah, that would be, God.
All right, Doug. So Jackson's now in a bad place. I don't want to do that, especially with the 6-shooter coming up on Balloon Party.
Would you turn in your diploma?
You can't be talking to me.
No. We just go back there and say, I don't need this anymore.
Send the program back to the Stone Ages. Like, start over.
Mm-hmm.
That'd be brutal. I don't anticipate that happening.
Nice. There you go. How about that?
Now, I don't know if they're going to look great.
What if it's even close? What if they win like 10-7?
Oh, God. They scored 10 points against UMass?
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, they're cooked. They're just absolutely cooked for the rest of the year.
I mean, this should be a game in which they're and Luther Burden is just able to run down the field.
Yes.
Seam route.
Yeah, he should have over 125 receiving yards at least. The OE should have 8 receptions. Nate Noel should have 100 rushing yards on however many carries he needs to get there. Like, this is a game where everyone needs to get some confidence.
There's some prop bets, but the thing is, because they lost in the fashion they did, that I think if they would have won against A&M or even lost like 27-21, it's a different set of circumstances. I think they're actually in a mode where they kind of have to skull pound.
Run it up.
And even though it'll mean absolutely nothing, but to get some semblance of confidence, because you do have a stretch, even though Auburn would be considered a doormat by most SEC observers from Missouri, it becomes critical next week. And then you got Roll Tide and Oklahoma in back-to-back games with a bye week in between. So that's my reasoning, but I really loved Missouri against A&M last week, Doug, and you see how that played out for me.
Yeah, not well.
Not well at all, sir.
Well, I hope nobody from Mizzou goes up there to look at leaves and a tree falls on them or something, and they're a victim of someone's negligence. If so, Brown and Crouppen is there to help you through any kind of leaf or twig injury you might have. More often than not, they deal with car injuries. Maybe a distracted driver has hit you. Maybe a truck driver has hit you. It happens all the time. Brown and Crouppen handles those, and they handle them better than anybody else. If you think you may have a personal injury case, Brown & Crouppen is a local law firm here to serve you. Here's what you do. You call them, and they'll give you a free evaluation. You're saying, I don't know the number. How can I call them? Okay, you could look it up yourself, or I could give it to you now. Here it is, 314-222-2222. You call them up. You speak with an attorney. They'll evaluate your case. If they think you got a great chance to win, they'll go ahead and work on a contingency basis, meaning no upfront cost to you. If you don't get paid, they don't get paid, and they've won more than $1 billion in compensation now for their clients. If you need justice, Brown & Crouppen is the place to go. Justice is their business. They can help you. If you think you may need Brown & Crouppen services, here's the number again, 314-222-2222. Or you go to brownandcrouppen.com and make sure you let them know you heard about it. Here on TMA, the choice of a lawyer is an important decision and should not be based solely on advertising. Past results are no guarantee of future results, and every case is different and must be judged on its own accord.
Yeah, it has to be. It is Friday, and that means it's time for our drops of the week.
Morning after. Drops of the week.
Yeah, you gotta drop it like a hot dog.
It's a wonderful drop.
Indeed it is.
Flip that off. Flip that off. Flip that off. Flip that off.
Flip that off.
Coke. Sex. Find God. Meet a church girl who loves anal.
Where's the petite gentleman?
Seika, would you say you like sex?
Someone's licking seed out of a bathtub, and you're gonna support that?
Man, it's all happening, Doug.
And Bill Reloaded says, I could have gone apple picking down in Lewisburg and cider.
I didn't follow the baseball last night.
I have been a bottom for a very long time.
Seems to me like he doesn't want to crank it. He needs to crank it.
How much do you have to get before you go gay for pay?
What hole you plan on using that night?
I need to eat some lunch meat off of somebody that raised some money. Just count me in, I guess.
Kiko Garcia?
Okay.
Gabe.
I beat off to you!
There's got to be better remedies than pee.
H-O-T-T-O-G-O.
I'm trying to put out a zaddy vibe.
I love candy.
Hey, Doug! I beat off to you!
I'm getting close to having a pet squirrel, Doug.
Which one is Grinder again?
That was Drops of the Week.
Oh.
There you go. A lot to work with this week, Doug. Send them in. Design, air, heating, and cooling email today.
Taken out of context. So very much of it. How's the pet squirrel coming, Iggy? Any progress with that?
Nice. It's the same.
You're frustrated with the squirrel.
Yeah, I mean, you've got to know by now I'm not going to hurt you.
Well, he doesn't have a real big brain.
No.
So, I mean, it'll come up to the edge of the patio, and it sees me holding the peanut, and it'll look at me, get on its back legs, then it will run down to the parking lot again and wait for me to throw it.
Oh.
So,
Well, if you were an animal that weighed about 2 pounds and were constantly looking out for your life, would you trust anything or anyone bigger than you?
at this point, yeah.
You would.
You know I'm not going to hurt you.
Well, he doesn't know that.
And you're fast enough that even if I stood up and ran at you, I'm not going to catch you.
Well, he doesn't know that either.
So just come up, grab the peanut. Well, starve then. I don't care.
Oh, well.
I'm not giving it to you anymore. You either come up and get it, I'm not throwing it out there anymore.
You're mad at the squirrel because he's hesitant
I'm
to
trying
take...
to teach it. If you want the peanut, come get it. Yeah. I'm not just throwing it to you anymore.
No. Maybe if you threw it closer to yourself each time.
Well, I did, and I threw it like in front of me, and it did come up and get it.
All right.
But I want to eat it out of my hand.
Okay.
I've had one do it before, so it's possible.
Yeah, it's possible for sure.
So I don't know. Then I got my neighbor bitching at me last night. These people, oh.
Why was he upset?
He said, "Can you quit smoking on your patio? The smoke is going upstairs through our patio into our door."
Well, that's a reasonable request, isn't it?
No, I'm on my patio outside smoking.
Oh. But it's going into his...
There's no way the smoke... I don't blow it up. I blow it out. There's no way it's... Whoop, let's take a turn, go up, let's go into his apartment.
Well,
There's no way.
Smoke does go up.
But not up and over.
You think he's complaining just to be ornery?
I don't know, but I'm... You can't tell me not to smoke on my own patio outside. So once you quit barbecuing, I don't want to smell your smoke you're cooking up there, too. Quit barbecuing.
Steal his pork steaks.
No, so I'm just tired of these woke-ass people.
Whoa, what? That's not woke.
That was like a like-bait tweet.
Yeah, God, you working for Outkick?
That wasn't woke.
Yes, in this day and age that everything bothers everybody. There's no way my smoke is going into your apartment. I'm getting a headache.
That's not woke.
Maybe I don't know what woke is then.
Doug, who would have thought you would have been taking the position of defending woke this morning?
Hey guys, stay woke.
I don't know. I thought it was just people. I thought it was just people that complain, like Karens. Is that woke?
No, it's different.
No. Then I'm out of touch. I don't know.
All right, that's it. I'm going to start drinking. Steve Wildwood, he's done.
What do you mean start? I'm sure you've already started 3 hours ago. After you got up at 3 o'clock and beat off and had a beer.
Gosh.
What does woke mean?
It's like extreme political correctness. That's kind of woke in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Peanut shell.
Yeah.
Not woke, but just... there's no way that my smoke is bothering you. You just want to bitch about something, so...
Well, what if he takes it to the complex manager?
They can't do anything about it. I'm smoking outside.
Well,
they said you can't smoke in the breezeway. But smoking on my patio is fine.
Oh.
Maybe the reason you get treated so poorly is because you play pornography on your phone with the volume all the way up while you're out on your patio. It's from Mr. Liggs.
No, I don't.
Okay, there you go. Mr. Liggs.
I usually just sit out there and feed squirrels.
It kind of reminds me of the scene in Mary Poppins where the old lady just fed the pigeons. Feed the birds, tuppence the birds.
Never seen Mary Poppins.
Chim Chimney Chim Chim True.
Yeah.
Second day in a row, Jackson. I performed that.
Yeah.
How about this, Doug? This will tie in. Remember that homeless woman in Home Alone 2 who lived in Central Park amongst the birds? This is the first step in Strode living amongst the squirrels in Creve Coeur Park. That's from Dogtown Astrovan.
But she ended up being the hero in that movie, as did the old man. The creepy old man, Home Alone 1. And what were those 80s movies trying to tell us? That we should trust these scary-looking old people?
Right.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Why are we talking about this guy's apartment again? It's from Harrison's brother Master.
I believe Jackson or Doug asked the question about the squirrels, so I answered it. Is that all right with you?
Harrison's brother Master, that's a
Next
question.
Next time you ask a question, Doug, I'm going to say, shut up. They don't want to hear about that. Don't ask that again. Shut
I asked
up.
about the squirrels, but we veered into the neighbors unhappy with your smoking.
You told us a story of you watching porn, so I guess you were lying. That's from Mr. Licks.
No, I think I was watching and an ad came up, which shouldn't have been a porn ad on what I was watching, but I don't sit on my patio and go to Pornhub and watch videos while I'm outside. I think I was watching something and it was AZ nude.
That sounds like a porn.
No, it's just nude pictures.
Sounds like an encyclopedia.
It's porn.
No,
Database
it's
of
like
some
Mr.
sort.
Skin, but it's free.
It's still porn.
And for some reason, an ad came up. Guys having trouble getting hard.
Flip that off.
So no, I don't sit on my patio and watch porn.
Well, I'd hate to see you get into.
I don't watch porn for fun. I watch porn if I'm going to use it.
Oh,
and I'm not going to use
God,
it.
too much. Too much.
I'm not going to use it on my patio.
Too much. Which one is Grinder again?
Well, who watches porn for fun? Yeah. I'm just in the middle of watching Goodfellas. I think I'm going to watch this movie today. Just watch porn and do nothing. You don't watch it for the entertainment value.
Hunter S. Thompson would keep it on while he was writing, but he was.
I did too when I was doing show prep before our son was born.
Yeah, you and Hunter S. Thompson.
Well, at 6 a.m. I have the Playboy channel on. I have no idea why. I truly wasn't masturbating. I mean, I understand skeptics, and I respect that, but I really wasn't. And then it got to a point where our older son could turn the TV on the remote, and it still would be on. Was that channel not 595?
I don't know.
And then my wife goes, hey, I don't care with you and the porn, but could you just maybe switch the channel so when he turns the TV on, it's not the first thing that comes up? Like, yeah, you know what? That's a reasonable request, and I made a concession right there.
Did you?
That's
you were the bigger man that day.
That's what marriage is all about.
Thank you. Right? Yeah. I hope some of our younger listeners who are about to risk half their worth take that into consideration, that someday you might have to change from channel 595 for the betterment of your family.
Right. Or if you do watch in the morning, just make sure you flip it to like PBS right after, and then turn the TV.
Yeah, because that way the electric company's ready.
Yeah, be a better idea.
Hey, you guys.
How about that?
Is that just a Goonies dropping?
It was.
I thought that was the electric company.
Is that the electric company? I thought it was Sloth from the Goonies.
It's 100% Goonies. Isn't that Josh Brolin?
I've never seen.
Maybe it was both. Maybe it was both, Doug.
Could have been.
Hey, you guys, is Goonies.
Is that Captain Caveman? It sounds like Captain Caveman.
I think it's before they start doing the electric company thing and they start counting down numbers. I've never seen the Goonies, so I don't know.
Great film. They're doing an updated version. Yeah, Jackson's mad about it.
Let's get more original, please.
Okay. Whew. Boy, we need some time to just sit back and kind of contemplate things.
Oh, I loved it. I rubbed it on myself.
Chairman Kurt sent a wonderful link. Doug, have you had a chance to read the column from metro.co.uk?
Not yet, but I have every intention to.
This week, we hear from 28-year-old Tessa Asterisk, who has been with her husband since 2017. Together, the pair have 2 children, a son, 4, and a daughter, 3, who both have, quote, severe and complex special needs. Oh, God, it sounds like they're children. All right. While pregnant with her first child, Tessa says that she and her husband romped like rabbits, but health complications during a second pregnancy meant sex was too painful to endure. Whoa. Sounds like her husband
Off to a good start here.
Yeah. Sounds like a fun story.
The only times we had sex during my second pregnancy was one time to knock me up and one time to knock it out.
Oh,
that's Tessa.
You're trying to knock you up when you're already pregnant?
It's a fair follow-up, sir.
You trying to throw twins in there?
This is her.
That's not how you get twins.
You sounded exhausted, even though that was just one sentence.
It just isn't how you get twins.
Tuesday, it's my husband's day off. While I'm wrangling toddlers into the living room, he's getting washed upstairs with the invite of a cheeky blowy while the kids have their breakfast.
Cheeky blowy.
Clip that off.
Title of the segment.
I decline. I've not even had my morning coffee to make me feel human. So she's tending to the kids. He's upstairs having coffee. And then I guess he sends a message down like, hey, I'd like a cheeky blowy. I got to tell you, I don't like this guy's thought process.
No, I don't
He's
care for
negative EV. I'm just telling you. And I think most of us understand that. As I power up my laptop, which won't be turned off until after the kids are in bed post 8 p.m. Do you mind that post 8 p.m.?
I don't care for it. No.
I decided to research ways to spice up our marriage. Apparently, accepting the invitation of a cheeky blowy would have been the perfect opportunity, but I'm not one to leave the wild children alone for even a second. The last time I did that, to wash the dishes of all things, I ended up with crap all over my wall. That night, after the kiddies are finally asleep, my laptop is powered down, and we can finally have a bit of time together. So we watch TV. With spicing up our marriage in mind, I sneak upstairs to grab my vibrator.
Oh.
And he immediately knows it's time to pause the trashy telly in preparation for our usual position. I like to call it the spoon and smash.
Okay.
Ruin me.
Oh.
Now it's Thursday, and we've only gone and bloody slept on the sofa all night.
The bloody sofa?
I just read what's in the prompter. We wake up with creaking bodies and aches everywhere to the sound of kids laughing to themselves in their rooms, and a quick inspection shows that no disasters occurred and they're both still in bed. It's 6 a.m. for F's sake. It's my husband's day off, and we quickly get the kids up and ready so we can run down to the park for an hour to get their energy out. When we're back, we take turns showering while the other minds the children, and then I sit about it on brunch. The laptop's calling me again, so I begin my workday while he manages the children. Oh, how I love working upstairs and not having to get up every 3 minutes to fetch a multitude of snacks and toys. I can't say he feels the same way, as I can hear the carnage downstairs. He's probably on his second round of hovering. What's that mean?
Hovering?
What's that mean?
Hovering over
no,
the
hoovering.
kids?
Hoovering? Hoovering?
Vacuuming?
I guess so, but it's a lowercase h. That's interesting, isn't it?
Boy, it really is
I'm still waiting for the problems in this marriage. I've heard nothing yet.
Yeah, this is called standard. But that's our normal day with kids who need a lot more sensory activities than other children their ages. Come 9 p.m., the kids have reluctantly gone to sleep, and we have a late dinner. I've been reading so much about sex positions, I'm about to burst today. In light of my new information, we tried doggy. I'm not a fan, so it's a rarity. Good old missionary. And reverse cowgirl. Bold. Very bold.
Okay.
Try a new position. We haven't heard of doggy.
I wonder how many couples that have been married for that length of time are doing reverse cowgirl. Doug, do you have a number on that? Can we tweet that out along with the thing about the NBA?
Yeah, we'll do it in the same poll.
You've been together. The guys are like me. They don't want to work anymore.
Well, this reverse cowgirl, it's putting the lady to the test. Or the gentleman. No kink shaming.
Yeah. No, that was woke. What he just did there, Iggy, that was woke.
The guy's got nothing, doesn't want to work anymore, and if the wife wants sex, that's what you're going to have to do. Learn.
I knew that I had to have you inside me.
Okay, Hoffman.
It's safe to say he's done by the last position. Sounds like she wasn't sassified. And we take up our usual spoon and smash so I can finish off. So she gets the vibey out while he's spooning and smashing? Is that the deal?
Yeah, probably.
You're asking me like I have some kind of inside information about this?
That seems like the strategy.
He can't give her an orgasm.
Without the vibey?
Yeah, he can't give it to her. She's got to do it herself. What a loser.
Oh, God.
Was that a cock?
You never had that issue.
That's woke.
No.
It's woke. Was that woke?
No, it wasn't.
Friday. Oh, if I only worked in an office, I'd be so ready for the weekend. But I work 7 days a week, and I'm already knackered? Knackered?
Tired.
Nice. I'm doing a long freelance shift, which means I'm upstairs from 9 until 5:30, and the kids enjoy their dinner while I help my husband turn the house into something livable again. I'm back on my laptop to finish off work until 10, and then I tap him on the shoulder as he's playing his computer game and make a crude gesture to signal a bit of sex is on the menu. I wonder what that gesture is. I think it's that thing where you do the little index finger through the other index finger and
don't
thumb.
do that. Don't do that now. No.
Yeah, that's what plumbers do.
Really?
Yeah. Most plumbers, they think they're looking for the old hammer and nail.
Nice. I can't remember the last time we effed 3 times in a week. We've certainly let ourselves go from the couple who'd happily shag twice a day every day. I quite imagine he misses when we were trying for our first. 13 days in a row was our record. Throughout the day, he's given me a few sexy signals as I've been tucked away upstairs. even coming to suck my toe.
Oh, gosh.
He's a feet man.
How long is this article?
Yeah, what is this, a journal? Are we reading her journal?
You're going to like her toes.
Though he says it's since he met me. He's a feet man, though he says it's since he met me. I'm going to try one more time,
Maybe
Doug.
it's only since he met me.
I can't do anything. They put it in the prompter. I read it.
Okay.
He's a feet man, comma, though he says it's since he met me.
Yeah.
All right, I follow now.
Okay.
Third time. With that in mind, I allow him to explore a fantasy of his. A foot wank.
Oh.
He most certainly enjoys it. Can't say I love the cleanup, though.
Yeah, that's amazing.
Gosh, is the article almost over,
It's
please?
Friday, Doug. It's almost done.
Yeah, we just have Saturday and then Sunday and then Monday to get to.
I got to clean it up. But he enjoyed it. But my computer's calling me. It's 9 o'clock. I have to go back and do some work. The kids are up enjoying themselves. They haven't made a mess yet. He's making coffee. Oh, what should I do tonight? God, this boring ass.
No.
I like a little like hardcore.
You do, like a dirty. You're only attacking it because it's a Chairman Kurt link, I think.
No, I don't care whose link it is. There's nothing to it so far, except the lady's getting frustrated.
Saturday.
Oh, my God. Going through the whole week of this girl.
That's the article.
My husband's mood's a lot airier. I think he's been loving his extra attention in the bedroom, and he's on a mission to recreate last night's foot job. Unfortunately, I'm working on my laptop again until 5.
You don't even have a job. Who are you working for?
I think she does a podcast. He reluctantly takes the kids out, and from what I hear when he gets back, he's been running around like a madman to make sure the kids didn't eat sand.
Sand?
What is wrong with these kids?
They're hurricane
They're throwing
victims now.
crap on the wall. They're eating sand.
Or fling themselves from the climbing frames? Like, what does that mean? Or fling themselves
bunk beds
from the climbing? That might not be it. I think that might be it.
I guess.
And then she writes, poor sod. That's the end of the sentence. Poor sod.
I think that's him. You poor old sod from Jeff O'Toole.
I think you're right. I have another look at spicing up our marriage by going on some mum forums where they talk about the same issue, and to be honest, I think we're doing a great job of it. We've gone from having sex once a month or twice if we're lucky to having sex a couple times per week. He agrees and is keen on keeping it this way. We did initially consider a sex calendar to schedule it in, but decided to take the fun out of it. Tonight we settled for dry humping on the sofa.
No, we don't need to know everything. Everything we don't need to know.
No cleanup there.
Could be for him, depending, kind of a champagne room deal. Sunday.
Wear your least favorite sweatpants.
Oh, we get into the end of the week. Isn't this a day of rest?
Nope. Another working day for me, and I'm on shift until 9 p.m.
Shift?
Ouch. My husband has the whole day to himself, and the kids have been taken out by specialist babysitters to a farm.
To a farm. To eat sand. A kid would only eat sand one time, right?
Joe Roderick he brought sand into your home.
He
right?
sure did.
He did.
Sprayed it all around.
He did. Out of my child's toys.
Mm-hmm.
See? That's how you eat sand.
He's enjoying his time on his computer with his friends. Oh, fan page guy.
How do you know you're at
Guy,
work?
probably.
Playing something to do with building armies in a fantasy world.
Civilization 6.
Oh, is that what it is?
This guy goes deep.
I'm writing a portion of my book, which is not a subject that get anybody in the mood. On my lunch, we realized we still have a free house to take advantage of, and I quickly grab my vibrator. Is that a problem? That's her inclination? That she goes to grab her vibrator anytime?
Probably so.
I don't think so.
Excuse me, sir?
I don't think so.
You like that?
Yeah. Get all the toys involved.
He's shocked that, again, I've initiated sex, and within seconds, he's fully nude. This time, he takes the lead on the positions, and we do something that I'm not entirely sure of how to explain. I'm lying on my back with my top half hanging off the bed, and he holds my legs in the air. Is this some sort of fancy missionary? I'll tell you what, it might be my favorite, and he certainly didn't last long.
Thanks.
Is it over yet?
Monday.
Oh, we got another week.
Week 2.
Oh, come on.
This is the last day that she journaled.
Okay.
Having sex on a Monday is typically a no-go for me, considering it's the start of the week and his overall stressful day. But not giving up on my mission now. It'd be a cold day in hell if my husband went even one day without suggesting something sexual to me, or even coming upstairs while I'm showering to get a peek of the goods. Even though I've had 2 children, I feel like my body looks like a stranger's he can't get enough of. With this thought of mine, I decide to surprise him as soon as the kids are tucked in bed. I pop on my slinky slip dress, stockings, and my suspenders.
Suspenders?
Is that hot?
That's hot, yeah. It's like Mr. Green Jeans.
Her gut's gotten so big she needs suspenders to hold up the rest of her outfit?
You're getting close to kink shaming.
All right, well, I do that.
And bring down some of our old toys. Did I mention we also have a butt plug with a bushy tail?
Oh.
Yeah, 'cause you got one of those.
I have one of those, yeah.
With a bushy tail?
Yeah. Like a raccoon tail.
Anyway, he was shocked about the tail, but not reluctant to try. I'm calling this week a success.
It's only Monday. What? The week just started.
I think the whole 7 days.
Right.
The whole cycle.
And that's the end of the article.
You want me to do it again?
No.
It's a nice little slice of life.
That was written by Alice Giddings.
No, it was written by Bob Simpson, who works for the website and was told, you come up with something and pretend you're a woman. That's what that
Probably
was.
went to Missouri Journalism School.
Yep.
Not to mention her hot body that looks hot in a bikini.
Sorry, Chairman.
No, I was just going to maybe try to book her for Monday.
That's not bad.
Let's see why not.
Right
Is that a
before
balloon
game.
party or is that...
I can do a balloon party.
Good luck finding her.
There was no her involved.
Alice, Doug.
Bob.
Alice joins us. Alice, great article. Thanks, guys. Took me a while to write it.
This feels like a gangster beat, like just random garbage in a hodgepodge of word vomit. Bravo, KG. That's from Flip Wilson.
Thanks, Flip.
I have sex about 5 times a week. My wife has sex about once a week, maybe. Thank God she has so many caring brothers.
Oh, gosh.
That was kind of creepy.
I think both my brothers are hot.
Okay, Charlie.
All you can hope is that these kids, they eat sand, they throw crap on the wall. At some point, hopefully, they destroy her computer.
Hey guys, wives hate the reverse cowgirl because of how taxing it is for them, so they always want the lay on their side and do nothing routine. Is this woke? Thanks, that's from Big Tough.
No, that's not woke. No. Woke would be your wife turned into your husband. And you were okay with it.
I bet if Iggy put that butt plug in with the bushy tail, he'd have more luck with the squirrel. Thanks, that's the Crystal City Clamming. You thought about that?
I don't know how that works.
Well, you'd look more like a nature lover.
Come on, squirrel, take it. You won't take it? Here, let me turn around and show you what's in my ass.
Flip that off.
Okay, don't make that sound ever again. Oh, gosh. Some of the articles.
These are the links.
Are they all from England? Are they so perverted over there that that's where all this stuff comes from?
There's certainly, they like to journal about it more. They like to write down what the comings and goings.
It's like one website that does it, right? That's all it is.
Metro and Sun, love it. Yeah.
Yeah, they're all owned by the same people. I mean, the Sun, if you read the Sun...
Sun's owned by New York Post, or News Corp.
The Sun is just trash. It's like the Inquirer with sex. They're the ones on weekends. They have page 6, where I think that's where the Post stole their page 6. But the Sun has page 6, where they have nude girls with big boobs.
No.
It's all the same company. It's all News Corp.
Alex Giddings of Metro UK is very easy on the eyes. That's from Too Fat to Kayak in the YouTube chat.
Yeah, she is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
See,
real.
Doug, she's not a guy you went to journalism school with.
Sure, it's her picture, too, of course.
I found her Facebook. I'm messaging her right now.
You get her on?
Yeah.
Can she do 10:30 right after Gabe today?
I'll try my damnedest.
It'll be 4:30 in the afternoon. She'll be in the middle of her shift.
And who feeds kids sand? Well, you've fallen on tough times when you say, here's a bucket of sand. That's dinner.
You said special needs kids. I don't know what that eating sand is.
Probably why they're now special needs.
Think it's a cause and effect thing?
Could be. I mean, you would eat a spoonful of sand one time, right? And then you go, okay, I'm not ever doing that.
Is there anything worse than when you bring a delicious sandwich to the beach and just a grain of sand gets in there?
You feel like it's going to break
It's the worst.
It's the worst. It's the where your whole day's ruined.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think I've ever had a sandwich on the beach.
Cut that off.
Well, you should try it sometime.
Carlos Berzer's sons are going to Duke.
Yeah.
Cameron and Caden.
They're unbelievable.
Okay.
It's the top story on ESPN.
Yeah, Shams, that was like the second Shams bomb nowadays at ESPN.
You got the Yankees going to the ALCS. You got the Guardians and Tigers going to a 5th game. You got the 49ers winning in Seattle. And the top story is the Boozer brothers pick Duke. Jackson, that's got to feel vindicating for you.
Well, I mean, that's the more recent news. You know, that
But
happened just this morning.
how many people are interested in that compared to these other things that are going on?
Clearly, I mean, I guess we can live in this like echo chamber where hockey and baseball are the greatest things ever. But
We're talking about NFL games.
the masses like the NFL and the NBA.
This isn't the NBA. This is a
These
college
kids will be
recruiting
in
story.
the NBA in a year and a half, 2 years.
People don't even know who they. Most people don't even know who they
Cameron
are.
and Caden Boozer.
They know Carlos Boozer.
And he's married to Michelle Money from The
that right?
Bachelor. Is that right?
I would bet 99% of Americans don't know who Carlos Boozer is.
I would
or
take
his
that
kids.
bet. I would take that bet with you.
Okay.
99% of Americans.
Yeah.
Okay.
Don't know who Carlos Boozer is?
Yeah.
No, I disagree with you on that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't think most would know who he is.
If you said 90%, I might agree with you.
Maybe.
He
But
played for Duke?
yeah.
Did he win an NBA championship?
I don't think so. He was a long time with the Jazz and the Bulls. Neither of those teams have won in the 21st century.
Have the Jazz ever won an NBA championship?
Don't believe so. No.
Do you think Byron Russell got pushed off?
I don't know. I don't know.
Got to do show prep, man.
They're really good. His twins are sick.
Were they ever considering coming to Columbia, Missouri?
No, I thought it was Duke. I mean, he's obviously a Duke alum.
The story is nowhere near as big as the baseball playoffs or the NFL game.
What's the
Not
story?
even- not
What's
even
the story?
in-
Just the score?
Well, what's the story? These guys might be good college players. Every school in America is recruiting guys they hope are good college players.
Yeah. I'm not like I don't necessarily think it's the top story, but it kind of makes sense to me. It just happened this morning, and it's of a sport that ESPN has a lot of equity in basketball.
Guys, I think Boozer was on the Miami Heat. Did he win an NBA championship with the Heat?
I don't think he was on the Heat. If he was, I don't think it was at that time with the Heatles. That seems like prime Bulls years for him.
Isn't Michelle Money married to little Mike Weir? Horrible captain, disgrace to the Shield. That's from Tervis Parish.
Gosh.
No, he never played for the Heat.
Mike Weir? No, he was a golfer.
A little left-hander from Canada who won the Masters. 2003?
Didn't he chip in? To beat Greg Norman? Was he one of those guys?
Yeah, that was Larry Mize.
Oh, that's right.
Was that 88?
I don't know the year.
Was it Scott Hoke who missed the one-footer? Ooh, I don't like watching that. Ooh.
Because I do that often. I miss one-footers. Just tap it in. No, oops, missed it. Does it still count? If someone says, that's good, and you walk up and tap it and you miss it.
It's actually a penalty for you to putt it.
It is?
If it's, yeah, how about that? Fun facts for now and tell.
I think the rule should just be make the putt.
When you're with your friends and someone says, that's good, and you tap it and miss it, it doesn't matter. They said it's good. The score is. That's how I always
But
play it.
I think the rule should just be you always make the putt.
Well, match play. If the guy gives it to you and you putt it, it's a penalty. You
Well, I
lose the
just heard
hole.
that.
But if somebody.
But Jackson said
If somebody
he does
pull-
all the time and it's no penalty, but
That's
playing with
fine.
friends and match play is a different thing.
If somebody did that, I played match play with like one of my friends, and they called a penalty on me for that. That would be the last time I gamble with them playing golf.
Yeah, I could have called 3 penalties on Licks. Every time I said that's good, he didn't know match play. That's good, and he still putted.
Only Tim really knows match play.
That's correct. Me and Luke Donald.
So technically, I could have beat Licks 4-3 if I'd have called a penalty every time
you
he
were wrong.
put it out when I said it's good.
You were cheated and you were a victim
One
again?
time I told him it's good. He goes, "No, I'll putt it anyway." What? No, I want to putt it anyway. Don't give it to me. What? You understand this game?
Oh, no. Tim does, though.
I could have helped you. I was in the forest. I'm probably not paying attention.
Yeah, the last hole, I said, that's good. He needed to make it to win the match. It's only like 2 feet. I said, that's good. He goes, no, I'll putt it. And he putted it. I said, okay, well, you lost the hole.
But of all the persnickety little rules they have in golf, the fact that you don't have to actually putt the ball into the hole seems ludicrous to me. It's the entire purpose of the game. And the fact that it's even a thing where, I don't have to put the ball in the hole, that's the whole purpose of the game.
Well, pros aren't going to miss 2-footers.
Doesn't matter.
So you say, give it and pick it up and let's go on the next hole.
It doesn't matter. You eliminate all that kind of argument and everything if you just say you got to make the putt.
Agreed. I think the reason it's like a gentlemanly thing or a polite thing to do is like, hey, I think you're going to make that. Just pick it up.
Right, but a polite thing to do would also be go ahead and prove your lie. Yeah, give yourself a good shot. It'll be more fun.
Well, a lot of
That'd be
people
a
do that.
gentlemanly thing.
Yeah,
but
you're
it's
not wrong.
highly against the rules.
Well, I mean, I think it's like the idea of like walking in somebody's line is dumb because obviously someone on the hole before you just probably walked all over that exact line, but it's like a polite thing that you don't walk in someo's line.
Well, it just seems like you get rid of all those problems if you, just like they do on the tour.
I agree.
You simply have to put the ball in the hole. That's the whole purpose of the game.
I agree.
We're talking about match play. On the tour, it's not
No.
match play.
I know what we're talking about. I'm just
Obviously
saying.
you don't.
I think of all the persnickety little rules, the one they should change is you don't give anybody putts. And you don't take any putts. You putt the ball in the hole all the time. Match play, stroke play, whatever. You got to put the ball in the hole. It's the purpose of the game.
You don't match play like Tim.
No, you don't.
I like how he declared that from the mountaintop.
Sometimes you got to yell it.
Me in this town soft.
They are so soft. And that's why people don't feel like they have to putt out.
I've counted 237 throat clears from Ken this week. That's from Harrison's brother Master.
You really need a live douchebag.
Hey, come on. Don't call our listeners that.
Well, he is.
He's tracking. He's got a little clicker.
Yeah, okay. Here, I'll give it 238. How about that?
Oh.
Eric in the Central West End is a loser. That's in the 618. I don't know where
He even
these are coming
texted
from.
in the last hour?
No, I don't know where it comes from.
You just took some shrapnel.
I guess. People are probably podcasting.
Hey, if you want to get some work in this weekend with glorious conditions, I would like to recommend Family Golf and Learning Center. Man, I like that Family Golf. Double-decker driving range, short game area. The grass tees are wonderful. They just reopened after taking care of fall. Was it sodding or aeration? They're on the, I guess that was the west tees. Is that right? The west tees?
I don't know.
And you got the area you can chip and putt. It's a great place. But now, go to Family Golf Online because, hey, while this is wonderful, it's October 11th and it's going to feel like June out there today. Inevitably, the temperatures are going to cool down. Now, maybe it's not going to come for a couple of weeks, but when it does, Family Golf has their sim golf leagues. Go to familygolfonline.com and set up to play in their sim golf leagues. And you can still get lessons inside during the winter with the Family Golf and Learning Center instructors who are wonderful. Can't say enough good things about Family Golf and Learning Center. I am up there quite a bit. Just don't talk to me, please. No. If you saw George Clooney in the wild, would you go up to him?
You'd leave him be.
Thank you. That's what I'm trying to say to people.
Go on, leave me be.
You know, I might put my pant on the same way you do. Mine are just much shorter than yours.
Mm-hmm.
So respect that.
Yours would be culottes on most gentlemen.
Capris. Mm-hmm. The Dow? He wore capris, right?
I don't know what he wore.
Feeling the Dow retiring at the end of the year.
Rafa.
Yeah.
Plays a lot of poker.
Well, he's got to be 40.
Is that right? Plays a lot of poker?
Used to. Go, you Longhorns, go. Burn the schooner. That's from Kevin at the lake.
Which lake?
I think Lake of the Ozarks.
The mud hole?
He was very, the skank of the Ozarks, as Sheridan Clayton called it.
That was harsh.
Big Tough just sent in a picture of Jackson in a Blues sweater.
Yeah,
wearing a Binner jersey.
Binner jersey. Yeah, I think that's for the Blues Fan of the Week on 101 ESPN.
You're the Blues Fan of the Week?
Well, I'm the cover page is like
it's
me.
like they're trolling the audience.
That's right. Well done by Mike Ryder. Look how excited I look. I'm so happy to be there.
Happy.
Supporting the Blue Note.
Yeah.
You going to watch the game against VGK tonight?
No.
You going to watch a game all year, guy?
I watched the first period of the Kraken game.
So 20 minutes is enough for you?
I might flip it on.
I'll probably be watching it. Doug, is that a
Not tonight.
9:30?
I won't be watching any of it.
Oh. Ball service tonight?
Yeah. I'm more interested in the Dodgers-Padres game, honestly.
Where do you get bottle service?
I've never got bottle service in St. Louis.
Where would you go to get good bottle service?
I guess Wheelhouse.
They have it there?
Yeah, I assume.
One of those bars is shutting down. See the one next to it?
Yeah, Start Bar.
Start Bar is? Okay.
Aye.
I don't know if that's owned by the same people in Wheelhouse. I think it is.
Yep.
It's Midwestern as well. Is that the three?
Yeah, they advertise with us.
Yeah.
How come I don't see the NHL schedule on the Score app? Anybody notice that today? I'm trying to see what time the Blues puck drop.
Is there another late one?
It's Las Vegas. I just don't know if it's 9:30, 8:30.
Drop the puck tonight at 9 p.m.
All right. Yeah, I'll probably I might get a couple of those periods in.
Game with Padres Dodgers will be winding down. Might be winding right up if there's extra innings.
Where are you going to watch the Missouri UMass game with everybody?
With everybody? I won't watch with everybody. I assume it'll be somewhere where I won't have to pay an extra monthly fee to get the game. Is it on the SEC network, maybe?
ESPN2, baby. Big score.
ESPN2, okay.
ESPN2.
I'll probably sit on my couch and watch it until it's lopsided, and then I'll say, okay, I've probably seen enough.
But you're going to lay... No, you're getting the points from Iggy?
I didn't take the bet because
bet.
I don't know what Massachusetts has got. I haven't seen them.
Got foliage.
I really don't know what Mizzou's got.
Iggy's kind of right about that. Yeah. He's kind of right about that.
I'm afraid they don't have half as much as we think they should.
Doug, we're going to know a lot in the next 9 days. That's just the way that it is. Even the War Eagle 2 weeks ago would have been considered a, I would call it a 6-foot putt, maybe 5-foot putt. Yeah, maybe 4-foot.
No, I don't make a lot of those.
All right.
No.
It's just about pace. Just let the ball catch the hole. Don't hit it too firm. It'll catch the hole and drop. That's all.
Auburn's on bye this week.
Oh, they got a bye week going into Columbia for the 11 o'clock start.
Yep.
Yeah, you see how bye weeks worked for Missouri.
Yeah, maybe they'll
really
prepare
helps.
as good as Mizzou did.
All right, we'll break. We'll close out the Fisher window indoor store 8 o'clock hour, even though it's 9:30. 5P Hustle and Heart Academy 9 o'clock hour coming your way. And then Jackson and I go down the hallway. They will not be happy.
They shouldn't be.
But maybe they will be, actually, with the Blues comeback. They might be happy. What they're not going to be happy about is you pissing on it.
Why? That was a great comeback.
Okay, but if you piss on it,
I'm not gonna. That was great. That the Shen goal with it was so quiet after that. After the Shen,
they were
goal
shocked at the Shark Tank. Shocked at the Shark Tank. They're probably due for a new building.
Hit the post and you could hear it clang.
Yeah.
Jake Neighbors with a nice little screen on that Folk goal.
Look at this guy. Look at this guy, Doug. Eh?
Wow, you're kind of puck savvy.
Well, I watched the goal from Folk. I was like, is their goaltender terrible? And then I realized that Jake Neighbors right in front of the net there.
Deflection.
Mackenzie Blackwood screen. All right, send your emails to Design Air Heating and Cooling email today. This TMA presented to you by Brown and Crouppen.
Craving a fiesta for your taste buds? Welcome to Rosalita's Cantina, your ultimate Tex-Mex getaway. Indulge in their mouth-watering tacos, queso-smothered burritos, and the best chips and salsa imaginable. Dine in on their beautiful patio, majestic bar, elegant dining hall, or grab it to go. And don't forget to check out their location at Enterprise Center. No game or concert is complete without nachos and a margarita. Rosalita's Cantina, where the sunshine never ends. Learn more at rosalitascantina.com.
Hey, this is Tim McKernan. I regret not managing my finances better in my 20s and my 30s, and now I see how crucial it is for achieving major life goals. Mark Hannon with Evergreen Wealth Strategies helps everyday people every day with their finances, discussing cash flow, liquidity, investments, insurance, and tax-efficient strategies. No matter your financial planning stage, Mark will boost your confidence and keep you on track. Learn more at evergreenstl.com.
Equitable Advisors, LLC, member FINRA, a broker-dealer and a SEC registered investment advisor. Equitable Financial Advisors and MI. Evergreen Wealth Strategies is not a registered investment advisor and does not provide tax advice.
If you talk to someone who has had a kitchen remodel, say, from Collier & Thompson, they'd probably love to show it to you and say, look what our place looks like now. Collier & Thompson does it, and they do it right. Also, football season is here. You might want to update that man cave. Nothing better than sitting in a comfortable man cave, and Collier & Thompson can make it look like the best place in your house. You want an appliance? Maybe an appliance for the holidays. You're thinking about that. They've got the top brand names. They got Bosch, Thermador, Wolf, Sub-Zero. Got them all. Old Stacy is the appliance guy. He'll do you right. Matthew and Eric are the appliance installers. Also, they are looking to hire some lead contractors. If that is your line of work and you'd like to work for the best company in town that does this sort of stuff, Collier & Thompson is the one to look for. They've got almost everything, and it's all right there in-house. No need to go to 5 or 8 different places to remodel one room. With Collier & Thompson, the countertops, appliances, lighting, flooring, hardware, plumbing, electric, you name it, it is all right there in-house. They will take absolutely great care of you. Collier & Thompson on Manchester and Baldwin, next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier & Thompson, come home to quality. Online at collierandthompson.com.
The choice of a lawyer is important and shouldn't be based on an ad.
After a serious car accident, people have 2 questions. Why me and what now? Well, no one knows why you, but I'm Terry Crouppen, and my law firm Brown & Crouppen sure can help with the what now. Car repairs, medical bills, lost wages, pain and suffering. We're Brown & Crouppen, and we've got all those answers. All you have to do is call 222-2222.
There's nothing more important than the look and feel of your home. So now's the time to make your home your retreat. Replace your tired old windows and doors with Marvin replacement products designed to improve comfort and efficiency. Fisher Window and Door Store, a reputable local company, will guide you through the entire replacement process. Their experts will help you make the right choice for your home, and they'll measure, design, and install your new windows and doors.
Hi, I'm Jim Fisher. Since 1941, the Fisher family has provided you with quality American-made building products, including Marvin Windows and Doors. Come visit one of our showrooms in Brentwood or East Alton, and let us help you increase the value of your home.
Bring that distinct sense of quality to every room with Marvin. Visit Fisher Window and Doors' huge, newly remodeled showroom in Brentwood, or Fisher Lumber in East Alton, Illinois. Quality and comfort starts at Fisher Window and Door. Online at fisherwindow.com.
Thinking about selling your home, but not thrilled about going public? Check out Compass's private exclusives with Jeff Lotman. With private exclusives, your home is shown to a select group of serious buyers. No public listing, no days on market, just real offers from real people. Their network connects you with top agents and qualified buyers, so your home gets the attention it deserves without all the fuss. Selling your home can be simple and stress-free with Compass private exclusives, because your home is special. Call Jeff Lotman, your Compass agent today to find out more, or visit the Lotman Group online at JEFFLOTTMANN.com.
When it comes to coverage, you want the best on and off the field.
Hi, I'm Marvin Burks. I'm the safety on the field, and I trust James Carch and State Farm to be my safety net off the field.
Thanks, Marvin. Whether it's a game-changing tackle or safeguarding your future, we have you covered. Check us out online at carltoninsurance.net.
The Illinois Recovery Center is dedicated to providing precise and authentic care to those seeking help and treatment. Recovery, it's not just a goal, it's a transformative journey. At Illinois Recovery Center, you'll find an unwavering commitment to provide the support, guidance, and personalized care you or your loved one needs to rediscover a life filled with purpose, strength, and lasting renewal. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com.
Hello, it's me, Tom Schmidt. I'm happy to tell you about Salt and Smoke and all the...
I'm going to let you finish, Tom, but first, why don't you take a break, okay? You've been doing this for 57 years. Have you had time to think about that? Waffle cones, World's Fair? No. Lean brisket, popovers, Cracker Mac, whiskeys, bourbons, custom cocktails, maybe even wings trashed. I don't know. But that doesn't matter if you don't accept my love, Tom. Will you accept my love? Will you kiss me?
Salt and Smoke.
Oh, and Iggy should quit.
Introducing the first ever TMA Banty Brew, a 16-ounce canned wheat ale with orange and coriander and an image of all four TMA boys across the front. The Banty Brew, a refreshing ale made with white wheat, brown coriander, and fresh whole oranges. And now you can pick up the TMA Banty Brew at Salt and Smoke or at any area Friar Tuck's location. Must be 21 or older to consume or purchase. See the can at TMASTL.com and find a participating location to try it for yourself. Brought to you by Charlottesville Brewery and Winery in St. Genevieve, Show Me Beverages, and Salt and Smoke. Find out more at TMASTL.com. KPN-TFM HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. This is TMA All Day.
It's the Brown and Crouppen Morning After.
KPN-TFM HD2,
Collinsville, St. Louis.
Loverboy. Think about it. He had that red leather... God, was it a suit, jumpsuit, pant, and he had a headband?
Staring right at it.
Oh, belch up that love.
Mike Reno was singing in a karaoke bar a few weeks ago and he forgot the words to his own song.
Uh-oh.
Lil Wayne's admitted to that. He's like, I've made a lot of songs in my life. Sometimes I forget.
I even think that'd be hard when you got, somebody that's got, look at The Cure when they did like 32 songs. Got to remember the words to I know you wrote most of them, but still remember the words to 32 songs. Some were like 30 years old.
Well, a friend of mine went and saw Aerosmith play, I think, at probably Hollywood Casino Amphitheater a few years ago. And he goes, it was fine. It was good to see him. Probably the last time I'll see him, and it probably was, since now Steven Tyler's done. And they could see a teleprompter. But I mean, got a bunch of songs. You're in your mid-70s, I think he was at the time.
Don't a lot of them have that on the floor or the?
No, it's just a set list. All of them. But
none of them have the words there anywhere?
Well, Tim just said Steven Tyler had a prompter. I guess some of them do. This poor Frankie Valli. Have you seen these videos?
Frankie Valli, and he was whacked in The Sopranos in the final season. Is that right?
He's got to be 80.
They
still had to get rid of him.
They're propping him out doing these concerts in front of like like county fairs, it looks like. And he's lip syncing the words, and they're piping out the songs, and he's not even moving his lips. He's just standing there.
Oh,
God, it's so embarrassing.
You wouldn't think he would want to be a part of that.
I guess he needs
how much money do you need?
Maybe he needs money. I don't know.
How could you still need money? He's been singing like that since, what, the 50s?
Maybe he wants the recognition, but people are just looking like, God, he's not even singing. He's just standing there.
That's probably is. I'm sure it's hard for some to step away from the spotlight.
That's what keeps you in this, right?
Oh, yeah.
Well, you get people recognize you more and every day.
It's just exposure. People go, I mean, at this point, you guys have been doing the show for 20 years. You guys have so much money.
Right. Why are you still working?
And I'm like, you ever pay a bill with exposure? No. Yeah. We do it for the love of the game and the need to be recognized.
And there are people who have exposed themselves to pay a few bills.
That's correct. That's correct. Friends on
Yet
OnlyFans.
you can't pay the bill with exposure.
Can you pay a bill like that?
Think about it.
It depends on what the bill is, I suppose, and who you owe.
Call Amron, I'm not paying this month, but here's a D-pick.
Yeah, to see what happens. 5P Academy and Hustle and Heart Sports Performance sponsor the 9 o'clock hour. It's TMA. It's presented to you by Brown and Crouppen. This is our 9 o'clock hour. Danny Tanner is condemning your link, Chairman Kurt.
I don't care.
This is up for the worst link in history. It's not interesting. End of text. And then I guess he felt bad because you're still not like in here where you could just get crapped on for 3 hours every day. You're still on that side of the wall. And then he gives the "But I love KG."
Oh, well,
See, if you're on this side of the wall, there's not a "But I love"
No.
Jackson, Doug, Tim.
Yeah, those
Biggie.
are the people you love that trash you, and then you say, "Well, sorry you didn't like that. I was just kidding."
It's just fooling around.
I was just kidding.
I did reach out to Miss Gettings, though.
And is she going to be on Balloon Party?
I don't think today, but I wouldn't rule out Monday.
Ooh,
really? She said maybe?
Teasing.
What are we going to talk to her about?
Butt plugs with tails on them?
What was the point of this article you wrote about your 8-day sex romps?
I mean, what's the point of anything we do?
That's really a good existential question.
I really wouldn't know what to talk to her about.
Hey, Danny Tanner, eat my starfish, you lil cuck. It's from Flip Wilson.
Any reason why that sentiment was sent?
I guess he was mad at Danny Tanner for going after the link that included Tessa Asterisk's foot job. I worked at KSDK for 17 years for damn near free. It was cool, though. I got a bunch of polos with 5s on them and media passes, so it was all good. It's from Larry Thornton. See, that's the exposure that people who have never gotten to live in our ivory towers just can't possibly fathom.
No, because most of them couldn't do the work that we do. They couldn't.
I spent 4 years in San Francisco.
They couldn't possibly have the intellect that we have to tell you, what happened in a Cardinal game that was over 7 hours earlier.
Thank you.
If you had any interest, you would already know yourself.
Thank you. KG has to stay. I didn't know that. He's a sound story employee, and I can tell you, Doug is chief executive officer in our board meeting. I've defended you against all the board members wanting your ass out.
Oof, thank you.
There you go. So KG isn't going anywhere.
Right.
There you go.
There's a vote of confidence right there.
Yep.
He's as solid as Ali Marmol.
This isn't like when a coach says he's our quarterback, right? And then he's gone the next week.
Yeah, like down in Carolina.
Next thing you know,
Nathaniel Hackett's gone.
next thing you know, Andy Dalton, who seems to be on every team. Whoever needs a quarterback, bat signal, the red bat signal for Andy Dalton.
Well, some teams could use a makeover, and if your kitchen needs a makeover,
well, he's thrown himself in his own life spot.
You'd call Collier and Thompson. That's what you would do. You know what you ought to do is look at some of their before and after pictures. Go on their website at collierandthompson.com. Look at some of the before and after pictures and see some of the incredible work they have done on homes around the St. Louis area. And hey, they've been doing that since the 1950s. Why would you call Collier and Thompson? Oh, I don't know. How about a commitment to quality? You're going to get the job done in a first-class way. Now, they're not the most expensive people in town. They're not the cheapest people in town. They're right in that sweet spot. You know you're getting quality work, and you know that it's going to be worth every penny that you pay because it's going to be a great investment in your home. Collier and Thompson is not one of those jack-of-all-trades, master-of-none type operations. They have their own trip carpenters, specialized contractors such as licensed electricians, plumbers, tile and drywall installers, and floor guys, contractors you can trust, been with the company for many, many years. They got appliances coming up. Maybe you want to Upgrade your appliances for the holidays. They sell the top-of-the-line Bosch, Thermador, Wolf, Sub-Zero, that kind of thing. If something goes wrong, if they should come and do work in your house, something goes wrong months later, they'll send a guy out and get you fixed up because they want you to be very happy, and everybody is, when they get their kitchen redone or their bathroom or their basement or whatever with Collier & Thompson. People are very, very happy. That's how you stay in business in St. Louis as long as they have. AAA rating with the Better Business Bureau. They won a Torch Award for ethics from the Better Business Bureau. These people are just the best in town at what they do. Check out their showroom there on Manchester and Baldwin. It's next to Uncle Bill's Pancake House. Collier & Thompson, come home to quality online at collierandthompson.com.
Send your emails in. Our Design, Air, Heating, and Cooling email today is coming your way, I would say in about 5 minutes. And then in 15 minutes, Jackson and I are going down a hallway. You know, I mean, hey.
What'll happen there?
I think they're going to be happy because the Blues comeback win. But the problem is Jackson might not necessarily have the same enthusiasm they have in the audience.
He's concerned about Duke recruiting over the Blue Note.
I mean, that's objectively the bigger story.
Because Carlos Boozer's on everybody's mind in St. Louis.
Not what I said.
If you say that on the stage.
How could anyone argue that? How could anybody argue that?
A lot of people could.
That Carlos
you can make the
a
argument.
bigger story in St. Louis than the Blues?
In St. Louis? Okay, that's different.
Well, that's where we are!
You were referencing an article on ESPN.com,
Right.
not 101ESPN.com, on ESPN.com.
But you're saying you're going to lead with Carlos Boozer.
I'm not. I'm not going to leave with that. I'm excited the Blues won last night.
I don't know. You seem lukewarm on the idea.
I didn't watch it, but I know what happened.
Yeah.
Hey, can I tease a little something?
Oh, wow. Yeah, you getting better at teasing?
Mm-hmm. This long-awaited IQ challenge may be back on.
Whoa! What do we got?
We have a willing participant that was not on our list before that I think people will be happy with.
Dog. Who do we have?
Teasing.
Who?
Teasing.
Give us initials or something.
Well, you can't tease it to me because I may not want to do it.
You'll want to do it.
Give us something to chew on.
Nah.
Oh.
Stay tuned.
Well, that's not a good tease. That's just one where we're angry because we don't know more.
Yeah, we're like hornets right now.
Mm-hmm.
Learn.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
That didn't take much.
Okay.
Boy.
That's not a tease. That's just give the name.
No, I decided to just bail on the tease.
Okay, so Learn is going to be in the IQ challenge against Iggy.
She said she's down.
Are you up for that, Iggy? Hello.
Yeah, I gave him the okay when he asked me. I heard you. Why don't you give me time to answer?
Well, because you were reading your phone when I asked.
Is that okay, Iggy? What? Is that okay, Iggy? Answer.
I
Iggy,
asked,
is that okay? Answer.
And you kept reading your phone.
Oh, you're knocking him out. You're knocking him out.
I was checking an email.
It starts with a G and ends with an Ale
Yeah, if I
vulva.
don't check them, and it's like 3 hours old when I answer it, and it's too late now.
The show's over in 13 minutes. Check
I
the
can
emails
listen
in.
and look at
I
an
don't
email at the
know.
same time.
I don't know.
'Cause I answered your question. I heard KG.
Okay, so you're up for this. It's going to
Yes,
happen.
because he asked me, would you do one against Learn? I go, yeah, it'd be fun.
Yeah.
I said, I don't think she'll do it. She's got so much going on, but...
Well, she's up for it now.
Well, she's up for it. We'll do it. I don't
Okay.
really have any gripes against Learn. The whole point of the thing was to beat Little Bearcat's ass.
Oh.
That's right. That's where it started.
Yeah, and then a girl from a college called in, and then we threw...
A girl from a college called in.
University of College. That's my new... The University of College. That's where I went to school. And then somehow we threw Perk in there, too. So.
Mm-hmm. Is Little Bearcats, is he out now?
Yeah, let's say Little Bearcats.
Yeah, he's out. If I'm doing with Learn, I don't want him part of it. We don't need you. You're not bringing anything to the table.
Oh.
You know, I'm with Iggy on this one. Sorry, LBC, you're out.
Boom, he's gone.
Yeah, I mean, I was the draw of the whole thing. These other three...
You, of course. You're the superstar.
The other three were just throw-ins, but... Yeah, they weren't going to bring anything to the table, but Learn could do it on her own and draw people, so...
Yeah.
Jackson, I'm not sure what's going on, but there's a guy in both the YouTube chat and the Schaefer Door Company text inbox who is sending in graphs and charts that, per the S&P Global using Kagan Consumer Insights, NBA's biggest viewership market is China as of 2023. China also makes 52% of the total online viewership, and he's also sent that into the text inbox. And therefore, he says, one could argue in the U.S. basketball is the fourth major sport. Suck it, Libby Jack.
No.
Incorrect. Multiple problems with that. It's the biggest international market. It is not bigger market. And a simple Google search will tell you that the domestic viewership for the 2024 NBA Finals was an average of 11.3 million viewers, while NHL was 2.62 million, and the World Series was 9.1 million. So one could argue that, but they would be wrong.
How about the Super Bowl?
Super Bowl, big time supersedes all of those. Probably all of those combined.
So it looks like it's NFL, NBA, baseball, NHL.
Yes, which is the accepted rankings by most.
Yeah, that sounds about right.
Yeah. But again, this guy wants me to suck it. Because
and you don't seem interested in doing that.
Blue.
But they're big in China.
Yes, the NBA is big in China. The NBA is pretty big everywhere.
I wonder why it's so big in China. They don't have many players in the NBA. They
Yao Ming.
One or two.
Did a lot of work there.
Okay, but he's been gone for years now.
China has a love of American culture.
It only takes one player, Doug. I mean, the Korean influx in the LPGA started for one player, Seri Pak.
But that's a cultural thing.
Everybody from Korea into golf.
Yeah. But Korea has a ton of women playing on the LPGA.
Now they do. They didn't back then. It was Seri Pak.
But
and all
China
the girls
does-
who watch it started, and that's the same with one player in China.
I understand, but they don't still have a bunch of Chinese players in the NBA. I would think they'd be more interested in a sport where the China people play, the Chinamen. And what sport is that? What's their big sport? I guess they play everything.
Yeah, I mean, it's such a big country.
Swimming, diving. I think they took every diving gold medal in the Olympics.
Yeah, and soccer's big there.
Yeah, basketball's just been a huge thing. I mean, the Houston Rockets have a jersey with Chinese symbols on it, letters on it, because obviously Yao Ming played for the Rockets, and it's still a big part of their fan base is international.
Yeah.
Tiny PP is not happy about this.
I wouldn't be happy either if I had a tiny PP.
Think about that, Doug. Game 7 of Stanley Cup Finals in America and Canada had 14 million viewers combined. The NBA Game 5 in USA and Canada was 13 million. Know your facts, Jackie boy.
Huh.
I said domestic. Domestic would not include Canada.
But it's kind of all one country, all one run-on country, the U.S. and Canada.
Yeah, I guess if it makes your argument easier, then you can say it's one country.
But it feels that way. We
But
kind of come
no
and go.
other governing body would ever say, yeah, the U.S. and Canada are the same country. They're in the same continent.
If they were the same country, you wouldn't have. They would be Canadians would be playing for the U.S. President's
I know
Cup
it's
team.
not technically the same country, but they have cities there who play in our country's professional sports leagues.
Yeah. You're not wrong there. I'm not disagreeing with you there, but I did say domestic viewership, and this person brought up another country, which would fly in the face of domestic.
Tiny PP has responded, tell me Canada don't count. We have 8 teams in the league.
Yes, Canada has a much bigger influence on hockey, hence why those numbers are bigger, because hockey is massive in Canada. But we were talking about America.
Cleo McDowell, 1988, coming to America. The late John Amos?
Amos, yeah. Died just, last week?
Well, he died in August, but they didn't
Oh, he
announce it
did?
till last week.
Oh,
Yeah, it was
yeah.
odd.
What was up with that?
You know what he said to King Joffrey Joffre, played by
No.
James Earl Jones, who just died a couple weeks ago. Isn't that amazing?
Damn you, 2024.
This is America, Jack. And that's what Jackson was saying.
Mm-hmm.
I'm Jack, and this is America.
Okay.
And while I'm sure you respect Tiny PP. I mean, no, it doesn't sound like it.
I watch an American sport.
You are saying to Tiny PP, I'm talking America, Jack.
Yeah, I'm talking about a sport that was invented and perfected by Americans.
When you say domestic, that's what you mean.
Right.
Just like,
John Scores supports you. I'm with you, Jackson. I hate Canada, too.
I hate Canada.
Canada's the one country you could live in, and you might think you're living in the United States.
Right.
If you
Not
didn't
if you were
know.
at those stag bars in Montreal, right? Huh?
I don't know about that, but there's a lot of places in Canada where you might as well be in the middle of America.
And the only reason I bring up like NBA viewership ever is not like I'm like Mr. Jerry West logo here. Like I just want to. I am not in the minority when I say like I am not that into hockey and I prefer basketball. I am in the majority, not in the minority. That's why I bring it up.
Stop carrying the mail for Michael Silver.
I don't. If no one ever talked to me about hockey again, I wouldn't have a problem. No, you wouldn't even know I existed. I'm
See,
fine.
this is why they're going to be unhappy down the hallway, despite the fact the Blues have all 4 points.
Yeah.
Well, when you look at ratings, when they post ratings, they don't count who watched in Canada. Now, this guy's using it to make his point that Jackson's wrong and Jackson's not wrong.
Thanks, Ace.
Domestic.
Look at that, Jackson.
Well, I got a lot of love.
You know, if you go into Canada, you fly into Canada, is it called a domestic flight? No, you need a passport, don't you?
There's a Canadian NBA team.
There is Toronto Raptors,
Yeah.
2019
Yeah,
NBA champions.
So,
although
and that's a huge
borderline
city, so
after.
that probably counts for their viewership.
Yeah, well, you would count that in that, but they don't have 8 teams in Canada.
No, but they got the biggest city in Canada.
Mm-hmm.
Let me tell people about Illinois Recovery Center. Why choose Illinois Recovery Center? Okay, I got 5 reasons for you here. Holistic healing approach, expert care and guidance, safe and welcoming environment, tailored programs for lasting recovery, and a top-notch facility and accommodation. Whether you've made the life-saving choice to seek help on your own or you want to be prepared for the other end of an addiction intervention with a loved one, the chance to learn about addiction recovery is available to you at the Illinois Recovery Center in Swansea. If you or someone you know wants more information about the Illinois Recovery Center, please call 888-472-9559 or visit IllinoisRecoveryCenter.com. Guys, that was fun. Iggy just learned what the word domestic means on your air. That's from the 618.
I know what domestic means.
What does it mean?
Again, I take 2 seconds to wait. It's United States.
Okay.
There you go.
You get a domestic beer. That's not, you wouldn't consider Heineken a domestic beer.
No. Belgium?
No.
Morning. I'm checking in on my ground round free basket of chips coupon Gangster Pete mailed me in 2022. Best, that's from the ghost of Gangster Pete's hat. You guys arguing over Canada being domestic fuels me.
Ground round was gone well before 2022.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email it down. Can you taste my hemorrhoid dippins with your tongue?
Oh.
There he was, captaining his 2019 cigarette boat as it bobbed up and down over the tide of the Osage that seemed extra clumpy, littered with the excrement that had been blasted out of previous Hoosier boys' brown urethras. The boat was amortized for the next 3 generations. Almost as if to say it's a family heirloom. Meant to remind the family that on American summer holidays, he would lure hungry men to his boat, pull his banana hammock to the side of his thigh, giving access to the pork sitch that spilled out of his gooch.
Oh.
Where those hungry boys could feed on his organic oatmeal until the sun went down. That's from Cute Boy for You.
Cute Boy for You.
This Blues bunch is undefeated. You know who else is undefeated? Tim McKernan. His baseball playoff format NCAA tournament analogy today was mind-altering. And hey, Silver Spoon, keep hockey out your damn mouth. Stick to breaking down croquet. But this email's about secrets, sexual secrets, because I got laid last night. I've been moonlighting for the Geek Squad. Work order ticket. Program picture-in-picture. I felt bad even charging him. I was like, hey, buddy, it's working fine.
Oh.
You're stacking journalism books with that fishing permit on top of it. It's in front of the receiver. Well, he misunderstood me and said, I'll be your receiver. It's an erection year, and I've got one. With that, his docileness turned into submissiveness as he arched his back, pulling down his khaki chaps, raising his derriere in the air. He said, use this, as he handed me a jumbo jar of Crisco. It was so slippery, just the way he liked it. And then it got messy. He had arms like Stretch Armstrong, and in the heat of passion, he grabbed my hips, pulling me in with his man hands. I hope you're ready, because here comes the poopsie oopsie. That's from an Anita. Oh, that was a girl. And then her last name's Mandalay.
Anita Mandula.
I hear buzzing. Libby Jack don't like hockey, but he did nice work cleaning Doug's hole after Doug spilled his screwdriver all over it.
Oh.
Wow, Doug, how much blow did you snort last night? Rolling in here like Michael Keaton in the first half of Clean and Sober. Just check the account on Monday. Pull it together, boy, pull it together, boy, pull it together, boy, pull it together. I'm not going to be much good to you myself. I completely missed Bob Costas' woke-ass sleepwalking through the Yankees and Royals game because I thought it was an off day, and then I saw the Blues were down 3 goals, so I decided to fade that and miss the comeback, instead choosing to cue up the 1996 erotic lesbian thriller Bound with Gina Gershon, Joey Pants, and Jennifer Tilly. You remember Iggy told Jennifer's sister Meg how his friends like to compare the Tilly sisters' breasts right before she pinkled him?
Oh,
leaving
yeah,
Iggy to ask, are we done?
Yeah, she did. She laughed and said goodbye.
A gentleman who used to rent a no-tell motel by Northwest Plaza to watch porn with his friends like it was Godfather 2 while they all had soft cows asked, quote, who watches porn for fun? No, I wasn't watching porn on my patio. I was looking at naked pictures from mainstream movies on a free Mr. Skin ripoff website that is surprisingly supported by ad revenue generated from pornographic pop-up ads. Is that Hoosier? Is it Hoosier to complain about my woke neighbors who had the nerve to ask me to not smoke so close to their apartment? Is it Hoosier to get bent out of shape by professional wrestlers not using their real names? Is it Hoosier to encourage a wild squirrel to eat your ass? Or is that woke? Could be a new sponsored segment. Hoosier Awoke. Okay, gotta go now. My bidet technician, Yo Murphy, number 83.
I do remember Yo Murphy.
Just arrived to perform seasonal maintenance so I can get that hole so fresh and so clean for ass eating season. Doug, that's Buck Swope.
Sure it was. Buck Swope with a nice little email this morning.
Great show, boys, but I think it's time to get Doug a sippy cup with a lid so he can't spill his juicy juice anymore. I also really enjoyed the little impromptu Who's on First routine when you thoroughly broke down last night's imaginary Dodgers-Royals game that didn't happen. But I'd like to focus on something a little more important. Tim, what did Gus Johnson's steamy brown loaf smell like?
Oh.
I bet he emits a powerful, almost spicy butt odor.
Come on.
He strikes me as a grunter, too, like he's working extra hard in the stall.
Oh.
I'd love to hear him call play-by-play of his own dump. Johnson for 2. He is certainly filling it up today. Cute fact, when Pat Summerall released his chocolate soft serve, he simply proclaimed, "Warner," as his girthy mudlug touched down in the toilet. Have a great weekend, boys. That's the JV Golf Coach.
Awful. JV Golf Coach with a lousy email. Vile.
And finally, morning, another golden nugget you have yourselves there on the TMA How Do We Fill Time on This Stupid Thing That Generates Zero Revenue All Day app. That's what they're calling it now?
Touchworthy.
Biggie received an email, or was it a text? Might have been a DM, alerting him to Daddy Padre chirping him on another pathetic AM hyperlocalized drive time show from several months back. And this particular day would be the day he would air his grievance. After litigating the exile of Daddy Padre, Doug asked Iggy to read the message he got that started this whole ordeal. For the next 15 minutes, Iggy tried to convince himself and the audience that he did not care about this, while he simultaneously scrolled his DMs, emails, and texts, searching for this mystery tip, reading aloud the sender's names as if that proved anything at all. Spoiler alert, most of the names were Fabulous Fish Co., Brian Gross, and Runner Girl. In the end, a 22-minute segment you geniuses thought deserved to be on the Best Of app that resulted in, wait for it, Iggy not being able to produce the message he supposedly received. Warm regards. That's from the ghost of Gangster Pete's hat. And Doug, that's what we have for the Design Air Heating and Cooling email today.
I'm going to go with Buck Swope. I thought he was the best.
God.
Yeah, Swope was funny. Well, just to give Tim something to do.
So much leisure time.
I kind of liked...
Who are you voting for?
Come on, 10:02.
Mandalay.
I go Ghost of Gangster Pete's hat. I think we have some worthy ones.
Buck Swope.
Buck Swope is one.
Sure, I thought he was the best.
Congratulations.
Jackson, I got to go. Bye.
You're hearing TMA all day on KPNT HD2, Collinsville, St. Louis. Featuring the morning after, live from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. Then a full show replay from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. Followed by the best of TMA from